I didn't even put any of the tags. What's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. I've been holding out a little bit this morning because I was trying to see when the live was actually going to happen as far as jury selection for this Amber Heard and Johnny Depp defamation case. And so far it hasn't started yet to my knowledge. We do have a bunch of things that we can go over and talk about. Court TV just came out with a video. There's also the 2-hour video that we talked about yesterday. And there's some interesting clips that I found. Oh, wait, let me not scroll too fast. I forgot the severed finger is on this article, so I want to avoid the severed finger. Yeah, there's the severed finger, but there's a bunch of audio clips on that that we can check out. Good morning, by the way. How you guys doing? Welcome. Let me do the tags for the video as well real quick. Let's see here. And I don't know too much of what to expect, but as far as the jury selection, they said that the judge, and we're going to listen to a clip right now of Court TV talking about it, that the judge is pretty confident that they'll be able to get it done today. Check here.
Bye, Leo.
Court TV clip here. Hey, what's up, Jackie, Amber, Teresa, Jeff, Karina? Thanks for stopping by early. I'll say that I sat down last night with Dat Set and Chris Cross, and I was listening to some more audio and a little bit more of Amber Heard, and I was like, damn, this woman is she's crazy, man. I haven't listened to the 2-hour audio that they were talking about, which we will listen to, but the snippets that I heard, I was like, wow. Let's check this out right here. This is from today.
A gesture.
Let's make sure it's not too loud. Boom.
To my face, they said that I looked hurt.
Jury selection begins this morning in Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Court TV cameras will be there for it all. Plus,
in the charge, you may return 1 of 3 verdicts: 1 not guilty, 2 guilty, 3 not guilty by reason of insanity.
Closing arguments begin this hour in the Michael Barrisone attempted murder trial.
That's a different one too that's going on.
Good Monday morning and welcome to Court TV Live. I'm Ted Rollins. Glad to start off another week with you. Another busy week here at Court TV. We're watching 2 courtrooms. In fact, this morning in Virginia, actors Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are set to come face to face in just a few minutes. Jury selection begins this hour in the multi-million-dollar defamation case. Depp is suing his ex-wife for $50 million in damages for career setbacks he says were caused by an op-ed that Heard wrote back in 2008.
And that's kind of like what we've been talking about. This op-ed is from, was it the Washington Post?
In response to Depp's suit, Amber Heard is pursuing her own $100 million defamation countersuit. Also this morning in New Jersey, closing arguments expected to begin murder. We need to first, let's get you caught up on the libel case in Depp versus Heard, and we understand that Amber Heard has just made her way to the courthouse, walking in. This is a live look at Amber Heard walking into what is expected to be a trial that will last several weeks.
Good morning.
Johnny Depp also expected to arrive today. It is jury selection today, and you'd think, oh boy, a case like this, with these 2 going at it, it's going to take weeks to pick a jury. Actually, the judge in this case believes that they can get a jury picked possibly by the end of today. Our team is there. Our cameras are there. We're going to watch this entire civil proceeding play out together. But before that, let's get caught up on this mess that has gone on for years. And to get us up to speed, here is Court TV legal correspondent Janley Painter.
Pirates.
Johnny Depp, the star of such blockbuster franchises like Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm so sorry, were you still talking?
Was one of Hollywood's highest paid actors, commanding tens of millions per film.
He's exactly what you want to be if you want to be a Hollywood A-lister.
Elizabeth Wagmeister is chief correspondent at Variety magazine.
You want to be family friendly, you want to be taken seriously by the industry, and you want to have a bit of sex appeal when it comes to your personal brand. But of course, this entire trial really changed the whole face of Johnny Depp's reputation.
The trial, Depp versus Amber Heard. This once married couple has been feuding since they split in 2016, and the drama has spilled into courts in the U.S. and overseas. Here in Fairfax, Virginia, the two square off in this courthouse. Depp is suing his ex-wife Amber Heard for defamation. He claims she damaged his reputation when she wrote about domestic abuse in this op-ed that appeared in the Washington Post in December 2018. Depp wasn't named in the article, but he claims in his lawsuit that the article implied he abused her. And as a result, he has lost movie roles and faced public scorn.
Good morning, everybody.
Any defamation case has a difficult road to hoe, but in this one, I think it has a particularly difficult chance of success.
George Freeman was in-house counsel at the New York Times for more than 30 years and is now executive director of the Media Law Resource Center.
The first defense really is the most basic defense in libel law, which is truth.
In order for Depp to win, he not only has to prove that the allegations are false, but that Heard acted with malice or intentionally lied about.
Do they live in Fairfax? No. I believe Fairfax is where the newspaper has printing buildings where this article was printed. This, let me see real quick. Let's stop for a second. Okay. This real quick, just like a brief little explainer of this one as far as, but I saw it yesterday when we were looking that it had something to do because of where where it was printed. Defamation trial opposing Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is set to begin April 11th. Proceedings will be held in Fairfax, Virginia, and are expected to last about 2 weeks. What are the allegations? Johnny Depp filed a lawsuit against his ex-wife, Amber Heard, in March 2019. He alleges that Heard defamed him in an op-ed she wrote in 2018 for the Washington Post. The op-ed, which ran in December of that year, is titled, "I Spoke Up Against Sexual Violence and Faced Our Culture's Wrath. That Has to Change." In it, Heard wrote in part, "Like many women, I had been harassed and sexually assaulted by the time I was of college age, but I kept quiet. I did not expect filing complaints to bring justice, and I didn't see myself as a victim." Which is all stuff we read yesterday. Then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out. Depp isn't mentioned by name in the op-ed, but his legal team has argued that it contains clear implications that Mr. Depp is a domestic abuser. I mean, I agree. I mean, we all know who she's talking about when she's referencing, not even just in the op-ed, but when we watched like the Women's March yesterday, we watched that video that she was in. She's clearly like talking about him, and she's doing this whole Me Too movement thing with it. What's at stake? Depp has compensatory, we got it this time, damages not less than $50 million. In August 2020, Heard filed a counterclaim against Depp in response to his libel, accusing him of allegedly orchestrating a smear campaign against her, describing his own lawsuit as a continuation of abuse and harassment. Heard has asked to be granted immunity from Depp's complaint and for compensatory damages of not more than $100 million, specifying this is twice the amount Mr. Depp asserted against Ms. Heard. And so it says, wasn't there already a court case? Yes, but in a different jurisdiction and with a different defendant. In 2018, Depp sued the news group Newspapers, the company that publishes The Sun, which we talked a little bit about yesterday, for alleged libel over an article published in the tabloid newspaper in April of that year with the headline, "Gone Potty, How Can J.K. Rowling Be Genuinely Happy? Casting Wife Beater Johnny Depp in the new Fantastic Beasts films." The case went to trial in 2020. Heard testified as a witness for The Sun. Depp lost the libel battle in 2020, on November 2020, I think that's it. When Justice Andrew Nicole said the defendants proved their allegations against Depp were substantially true. I'll see if I can find the whole thing, why it's in Virginia. I think it's maybe that, so I could check it out. I'm pretty sure what I heard, and I'll read the chat too, because maybe you guys I've seen this. I heard it has something to do with where the printing of the newspapers happened, I think.
About the alleged abuse.
So he really has to prove that she made it up out of whole cloth. And I think that's a stretch to ask a jury with all the evidence that exists to ask a jury to believe that she made it up and she wasn't abused at all. It's a very, very hard burden to meet.
Depp has already lost a similar libel case in London. He sued The Sun for calling him a, quote, wife beater. A judge there found that the newspaper had proved the article was substantially true. But the U.S. trial will be different. A jury will decide the case, not a judge, and his appeal among fans could be a factor.
He knows that he has a large fan base, even throughout this entire legal battle. So Johnny Depp could also feel...
That's what it is? Okay, thanks, Bill. In Virginia, because that's where the Post printed. Okay, thank you. That makes sense.
Empowered by knowing that he does still have a fan base behind him.
Depp's case is unusual for another reason, according to Freeman.
Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard in this case, but not the Washington Post. Generally speaking, in 9 out of 10 cases, in a libel case, you sue the media that publishes as well as the person who's making the accusation. Yet he never sued the Washington Post in this case, which leads to the conclusion that this is really, in the end, a marital fight that has now grown into the American court system.
And we're going to bring you gavel-to-gavel coverage of this trial. In fact, lead Court TV anchor Vinny Politan is on site there, live in Fairfax, Virginia. He'll be there all week and host his show, Closing Arguments, each night from 8 to 11. He'll join us then, and of course, we'll have the trial playing out all day long here on Court TV as soon as it gets underway. Jury selection again beginning today. Joining us now, 2 former prosecutors and trial attorneys. Rosalind Charles, she's in West Orange, New Jersey, and Imran Ansari is in New York. Good morning to both of you. Rosalind, what's your take on this Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard? Are you surprised it got here and both sides are sort of entrenched with this? We heard the expert in Shanley's piece kind of saying it's a marriage dispute that spilled into the justice system. Your thoughts?
Disagree at all. I mean, what we have here is just 2 celebrities behaving badly, and it's ironic that it comes in at this time period when we had the salacious activity last week at the Oscars. I'm very surprised that we're here seriously considering this matter. He suffered a loss in overseas with respect to these same allegations, and now he's here to parade. He and Amber are here to parade their I'll say marital contretemps before salacious before the public in this particular case, and I don't see where his fan base plays a role in this. The only
in a little bit, I'm going to run a poll. I'm going to let it, we'll see if it fills up a little more. Team Depp or Amber. And Amber has a lot of support too. I saw apparently on Instagram. Well, she limited her comments, so I don't know. Maybe she was getting bombed and they had to take it off.
People that are going to play a role in it is in the jury. It's the jury, assuming it even gets beyond to the other side's case. But we do have counter complaints, so yeah, I'm surprised.
Imran, how difficult is this for Johnny Depp in terms of winning to prove to a jury that there was no basis to it and that Amber Heard just made this whole thing up to get him? That's the basic hurdle that he's got to get over.
Yeah, Ted, well, this case follows New York Times versus Sullivan, which is the landmark defamation case here in the United States, where Johnny Depp is going to have to prove that Amber Heard acted with actual malice because Johnny Depp is a public figure, that she acted with actual malice, meaning that she made these statements to the press with intentional lying or a reckless disregard for the truth, Ted. So the burden is going to rest with Johnny Depp as the plaintiff to come forth in this court, put forth evidence to show that the statements made by Amber Heard that he alleges to be defamatory were in fact false. And you know, and we talked about it earlier, that he had the case in the UK versus the Sun. Of course, the burden is different in the UK in terms of the defendant having to show that the defendant's statement was true. Here, the plaintiff proves falsity, and it follows that landmark New York Times versus Sullivan case. But what you also have here is just a lot of Hollywood drama playing out in the court of public opinion. Of course, we are in the court of law starting today. But, you know, everyone is watching this because Johnny Depp, you know, he is a celebrity, including Amber Heard. We've seen him lose the case in the UK. So we have to see now the burden is a different burden here. We have, and of course, it follows the Sullivan versus New York Times standard. I'm sorry, New York Times versus Sullivan standard. And we're going to see if he has what it takes to meet his burden and prove that these.
Rebecca says, are you streaming the whole trial? I'd like to. I don't know how the turnout's going to be. Like I said, I normally don't cover this type of stuff, the celebrity aspect, but there's a huge domestic violence aspect to this. And I just started reading about this yesterday. I really just started learning about some of the details yesterday. There's a lot of content out there about it. It's pretty interesting. I think that the trial will be interesting. I think once it gets started, like today, I guess technically would probably be maybe the boringest day because it's just, I believe, jury selection. And so I'm kind of running it this week. If there's an interest and people want to see it, you know, so we could watch it and try it. And I would do the whole thing. So.
For defamatory statements, and not just an exercise of free speech or opinion, because, you know, the statements made by Amber Heard were couched in an opinion piece. So it's going to be very interesting in terms of defamation law. Those who follow defamation law will be following this trial particularly closely, Ted.
Yeah, a lot of people will be following it because of a little bit for the star quality and the interest in this the law, because it is a.
Yeah, the celebrity stuff doesn't really move me like that. It doesn't. You know, I know a lot of people are. You know, that's just society and day now, but. And I'm kind of really just learning details about this as I go. Like this 2-hour audio clip that we're gonna listen to, I haven't even heard that yet. Some of the clips that we're gonna listen to now in the Daily Mail, I haven't heard of it. Maybe a lot of people that have been watching it. Sheila says I'd want to watch it. Thanks, Sheila. I think it could be really good, especially if the lawyers. I mean, you know, they gotta have top of the line lawyers. It's gonna be probably hot in that courtroom. And there's a behavior panel. I got an email that said saw and she sent it to me. We could watch that later too, or we could leave it for another day. Depends, because there's quite a few things we can go through. And I'm still waiting right now, guys, for the live jury selection. So right now, I believe Court TV is like the exclusive ones doing it. I can't see it anywhere else. All the articles say that it's Court TV. I tried to reach out to Molly as well. She got back to me last night, but I got to message her today to see what exactly is going on over there. And supposedly that they're only allowing 100 people in at a time, as far as like just regular viewers, people that want to go and watch. It's a limit of 100 people. I could give about Johnny, but I've been following the case. That woman is unbelievable. Well, the behavioral panel, they go into her demeanor in that deposition. That shit was crazy. Wasn't it crazy, that deposition? And how she's eating? That was kind of nuts to me, buying time. So I've never watched a behavior panel video. I've always heard about them and good things about them. So we might check that out too.
Fascinating case, and we're used to criminal cases here at Court TV. This will be a great opportunity for all of us to watch a civil trial play out. Expected witnesses, well, they are some A-listers as well.
Bong rips? Hell no. I can't function. I'm smoking. I can't function at all. I need to be just in a quiet room by myself.
James Franco, Paul Bettany, Elon Musk, Ellen Barkin, Amber Heard, of course, and Johnny Depp.
Wow, look at that. Expected witnesses. I only know Elon Musk, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp. I don't know. Oh, James Franco. Yeah, he's the actor.
Rosalind, does that possibly change the equation if these were two people no one ever heard of, and the witnesses were non-celebrities? It would be a different story. Probably wouldn't even be here. But how does that change it, and how important does that make today jury selection for both sides?
Well, the jury's everybody's going to want to be on this case, and they're just going to say anything to get on this case just to view some of the witnesses. But how does it change it? I don't. It does certainly. It's not going to change the facts that are going to be elicited. I don't think that any juror is going to find a particular celebrity just because they're a celebrity more or less credible than an ordinary person. So just adds to the glitz and glamour. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to take away from what happened at the end of this case. And I don't see Depp being successful in his pursuits of Amber, if you will.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Two suits going on. It's going to be a couple weeks at least, the trial, and we'll have it for you, along with our other trials.
Okay. Let me take you down this article. Let's go. This one has snippets. This one has snippets that are pretty interesting. Just remind myself not to show the severed finger if I can do that. So this article is from January 31st, 2020. I just like how it has the audio clips together. It says here, Amber Heard admits to hitting ex-husband Johnny Depp and pelting him with pots, pans, and vases in an explosive audio confession obtained exclusively by Daily Mail. A little zoom in. The Aquaman actress, 33, opens up about her violent tantrums in a series of taped conversations the estranged couple made in 2015 as they tried to talk through their marriage problems. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You're not punched. Heard tells Depp, attempting to downplay her outburst the previous evening. I'm just gonna play the audio because let's see. She warns the 56-year-old Oscar nominee, "You poke an animal enough, it eventually. It doesn't matter how friendly it is. It's not cool." All right, let's listen to this one here.
Because I love you, and I do not.
A little audio bump.
Want to leave you. I do not want a divorce. I do not want you out of my life. I just want peace. If things get physical, we have to separate. We have to be apart from one another, whether it's for an hour or 10 hours or a day. We must. There can be no physical violence towards each other.
I agree about the physical violence, but separating for a day or night and taking a night off from our marriage.
No. All I'm saying is,
and it reminded me of yesterday too when we were listening and how she was like mocking him for stepping away, which is like the right thing to do. Things are escalating. It's getting out of control. It's getting crazy. And she doesn't want him to leave. Somebody said Johnny always sounds drunk. I was talking about his accent last night to somebody.
we need to take whatever time we need, you need, or I need, to kind of let things settle for a minute. So that we don't kill each other or worse, like really kill each other or break up or whatever. If the fight escalates to the point of where it's just insulting for both of us, or if it gets to that physical the violence, that's when we just say, look, let's go to our corners, man. You hang wherever you want, baby. I'm going in the office, and I'm just gonna sit there and try and de-gellify my brain.
I can't promise you that I'll be perfect. I can't promise you I won't get physical again. God, I sometimes get so mad I lose it. I can promise you I'm gonna do everything to change. Promise you. I'm not going to throw around divorce. I will not say divorce unless I really mean it.
I love you. I want you to be my wife. And I want to be your husband. I want to be a good husband. And if I haven't been, I'll do everything I can to find out how to be a good husband.
Oh, let me 1 second. Let me just not get this severed finger. Oh, but this is interesting though. This little clip here. Oh, that's the finger. As part of the 50 million defamation case against Heard, he included images of his own bruised and battered face left and right following Heard's allegations. And there was supposedly two, let me pull this up real quick. Dad Set was telling me last night about this. I wrote it somewhere. There were supposedly claims that she had painted on the bruises on her face. I'll have to look into that later. Switch it here real quick. Okay. This one here, Johnny Depp to Amber Heard. I'm scared to death. We are a crime scene.
You called me a liar, and yet
I watched you lie.
you called me a liar.
I watched you lie. I heard it. I was there.
There's no what. You still haven't told me what lie it is.
We'll talk
But yet every single time,
We'll talk
you know
to
you do
Travis.
this every single
Talk to Travis.
I'm not talking to nobody.
No.
That you go. I don't care. I really could care less. It's you every single time you latch onto some sort of thing. When I already told you, I don't know what you're talking about. You.
Oh, and if you guys could help me out with the likes, please, I'd appreciate it, por favor. And people, I'm hearing that people in the chat are saying, so the jury selection is not going to be live streamed. I'd like some confirmation on that. So they're saying the jury selection is not going to be live streamed, but the trial will be. I'd like to see. I thought they were going to live stream it. If not, we got plenty that we can just hang out with here today anyway. And then tomorrow we can, if they don't live stream it tomorrow, we can do that. I know what Nicholas Cruz, they streamed the jury selection, which is pretty interesting.
You don't even know what you're talking about. You still haven't even told me what it is, but run with it.
I have told you what it is.
No, you haven't.
I said to Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in the thing, and you
figured
in the
it
face,
out.
and you said, no, I didn't. What the are you talking about? And I watched you lie, and then
I didn't punch you. By the way, I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you have a closed fist.
You get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not deck you. I was hitting you.
You can't
I don't know
deck
what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are your toes?
What am I supposed to do?
I didn't hurt you. I didn't punch you. I was hitting you.
Do this?
How are your toes?
I'm not sitting here about it, am I? You are.
Oh,
that's the difference
you
between
poor
me and
toes.
you. You're a baby.
Because you start
You
physical
are
fights?
such a baby.
Because
Grow
you,
the up,
because you start
Johnny.
physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had to get out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You are admirable.
And I heard this. We listened to this yesterday together. But, the way she's mocking him, it's like, yeah, and you did the admirable thing. She's like condescending.
Every single time. What's your excuse when there's not a physical fight? Then what's the excuse there? You're still being admirable, right? Just by running away? And you can sit here and call me names, but you get called a name, and what do? That's the last insult. You're a baby. You're a hypocrite. You don't do anything that you actually do. You expect from people what you can't give them. If they do something, a taste of it to you, you lose it. But yet you dish it out.
I left last night, honestly, I swear to you. Because I just couldn't take the idea of more physicality, more physical abuse on each other. Because had we continued, it would have gotten bad. And baby, I told you this once.
You want to be taken seriously by the industry, and you want to have a bit of sex appeal when it comes to your personal brand. But of course, this entire trial really changed the whole face of Johnny Depp's reputation.
Yeah, we just saw this. This was the clip that we played at the beginning of the stream. I do have it up though, yeah, so you guys let me know if something comes up. But they posted it on Facebook. It's the same clip we just watched.
Fairfax, Virginia, the two square off in this courthouse. Depp is suing his ex-wife Amber Heard for defamation. He claims she damaged his reputation when she wrote about domestic abuse in this op-ed that appeared in the Washington Post in December 2018. Depp wasn't named in the article,
yeah, we watched that.
But he claims...
Mute it. Keep it in the background. All right.
I'm scared to death of it. We are a crime scene waiting to happen if we don't get our together. And that, by getting our together, that might mean, hey, we do this and we make it. That might mean, you know, you say, I've tried and done, toodaloo. But we've got to get our together as individuals and as a couple.
We might have to do a poll too, because depending on what you guys want to do next, we could either do the 2-hour. This is supposed to be the full audio, and I got an email, which, by the way, you guys can email me. The best email right now is team@ickemel.com. I do have ickemel at ickemel, but if you send it to team@ickemel.com, there's some people that are helping me out with emails and suggestions, or even like this. Somebody messaged me and they said it was important to use this 2-hour clip instead of the other one that had pictures and all that stuff that they said was put by Amber's team. I don't know, but you know, so she recommended this one. But we have the 2-hour one, and then we have the body panel video, which we can watch, and it's also, the licensing is like reuse allowed, so I don't even have to worry about anything, which is amazing. I'll run a poll for that. The 2-hour clip, audio clip, or the body language thing, which whatever one you guys want to do first, where they kind of dissect her deposition. Now in this, this was the images, I guess, that she put out. It says her cataloged the horrific abuse she claims to have suffered at Depp's hands, describing him as the monster and recalling many of the allegations she made during the divorce. The filing included photos of bruises and scars left and right, which somewhere else I heard it was makeup or whatever. I don't know. Might have to look that up and see if I can find an article about that. Maybe you guys in the chat know. This is one of the clumps of hair left on the ground after Depp tore it from Heard during a December 2015 fight, she claims in legal filings. Okay, here's the Amber Heard says it's irrelevant. I throw pots and pans, bruh. And I also wondered too, like, these clips, are they from the 2-hour clip? I don't know.
It's not true. I'm not the one who throws pots and
Photoshop. Those are different.
Whatever else at me.
That's different. That's one does not negate the other. That's irrelevant. It's a complete non sequitur. Just because I've thrown pots and pans does not mean that you come and knock on the door. Just because there are vases does not mean that you come and knock on the door.
Really, I should just let you throw.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that. You're putting words in my mouth.
The only time I ever threw anything at you was when you threw the cans at me in Australia.
Why are you trying to justify who throws things based on whether or not you come knocking on the door? And
because that is a irrational and violent maneuver. So a man would want to get out of that area so that he doesn't get so angry that he actually does pop the wife. You're just afraid that the truth will come out.
What truth?
That you lied.
What are you talking about? I didn't have have a thing to lie about. What are you talking about? Every fight, there's a new thing that you've convinced yourself is a lie.
I said to you, Amber, tell Travis what you just did. Did you just did you punch me in the jaw? Did you kick? Did you? Did you? And you wouldn't say so I don't know what you're talking about. Never.
I see the lie.
Happened.
I see the lie. You really should run with this. In fact, maybe you and Travis can go and do a tell-all about what an investigative
stop
study.
Stop with the attitude, right? Listen, I was not high.
I'm not going to.
You lied. You're
full of what lie?
When?
What conversation did I have with Travis? Big investigative study you've done. I'm not sitting here fighting with you about the fight that we had.
Got physically violent with me. I texted Travis. I said, "Come up here," because I didn't want anything to happen.
I mean, yeah.
Come and what? Save me?
No, go ahead. Continue. You. Travis to the rescue.
No, that was the last one. You can go. You go. That was the last insult.
As the argument rumbles on, Heard questions whether Depp's edgy mood is prompted by his use of Adderall. All right, so I'm going to run a little poll. I think that was the end of the article there. Oh, and what Dat said is telling me, from what I'm hearing and what's going on with the chat, they're saying that the live coverage will start tomorrow. But starting tomorrow will be the live coverage. Court TV just keeps playing them walking in, but they said live in the courtroom tomorrow. Just confirmed it. Okay, so they're not, for whatever reason, they're not doing the jury selection live. And it says here too, that says, so starting tomorrow, all this week is a live coverage starting at 8 a.m. How am I going to maneuver 8 a.m.? Holy shit. All right, we'll have to do it. We'll figure it out. There's a will, there's a way. So tomorrow at 8 a.m., I hope that they get the jury thing figured out today so we can just get started. Because I'm really curious what's going to come out. And let me do a poll for this. Up to you guys, whether you want to watch or listen to, let me see. Which first? Let's see. Which video? And then I'll do the Johnny Depp and the team Depp and Heard or whatever they want to call it. 2-hour audio release or body language experts. Top of the line. Look how she eats those snacks. Which video? Okay. Boom. 2-hour audio. Okay, boom. Okay, so I just threw in the poll. BL says yes, that's correct. Okay. All right, so no live feed today. So, yeah, this was about 2 hours long. This one's kind of nice too because this person time-stamped a little bit and kind of broke down the different parts. This is from the channel iCkEdMeL. I'm going to put in the description as well for anybody that wants to go see it or check out the channel. Channel. Okay. Oh no, why do you guys always do this? It's always like a 50-50. Why? Can we get something easier, simpler? Get a job. What's up, man? Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Amazing. Why is it always a 50-50 thing? Laughing beside you. Hey, good morning. Thank you. So apparently tomorrow morning we'll be here early. So far, okay, so people are saying a 2-hour winning. The 2-hour clip is winning by that 52%. So I'll give it like a couple more seconds. And this was posted on 2020. I don't know when the actual audio came out. I think this is back from 2015. I think they explained it here. Better not pick the wrong one, right? Shit. Well, we can do both, but I'm kind of going with which one you guys want to watch first. But yeah, you know, right? It's like the audience is split 50-50. What, if you do what the other audience doesn't want, they leave? Are they gone? It's bastard. Canceled. All right, we're going to do the 2-hour clip. 2 hours? Oh my God.
I hope you are well. I am Les. You, as per usual, absolutely amazing. Today, this video is just a 2-hour full and complete audio of Amber and Johnny. And I understand this is very triggering for a lot of people, but they're also looking for snippets of the certain areas of the audio. So what I've done is I've just done a table of contents in the description box. All you need to do is, hopefully what you're looking for is in the table of contents. You can just click on that timestamp and it will take you directly to that portion of the audio that you're looking for, and you can take that snippet and do what you will with it. So without any further ado, the full, complete 2-hour audio of Amber and Johnny.
Well, buckle up.
I thought that we had some sort of game plan.
I told you what I needed. You said we should make a list, but yet you don't. Seeing the counselor is not gonna it's not gonna do it. It's not alone.
Bump it up.
You gotta change how we do things. And I want to trust you, and I feel like all the trust is gone. All the fucking trust is gone in the relationship because you keep splitting. We fight together, but you're the only one who splits, and I want that back. But you.
If there's no trust, there's nothing.
Then maybe there's nothing to talk about. But I did come over here with enough love in my heart and sincerity.
Thank you.
To say to you that all the things I said, which now I feel like, but I meant them. You know, I fucking meant them. Even though you fucking split, didn't come home. You know, I still did that. I've showed myself. I've proven myself. I've fought for you. I've showed up.
I'm not gonna be in a physical fucking altercation with you.
Then don't.
You fucking hit me last night. You fucking.
What about all the other times you split? Come on, you cannot act like that. It's about that. It's not.
Well, on a plane, I can't split.
No, and you hit back. So don't act like you don't fucking participate.
I pushed you.
I'm not going to get into the details of that fight. You and I both know that you split when there is no physical violence involved. And that you do it like at the very beginning of fights these days. And if you split and you go into a different room and you don't actually leave that house, it does nothing but perpetuate the fight. And you don't actually do it respectfully. You don't do it in a way that actually means we won't fight. It always makes more fights. It always makes them longer. It never, ever makes you calmer. You never come out going, I want to talk, or I'm okay, or it's going to be okay. And I am I'm sick and tired 100% of being the only one that goes and fights for it. You know what that does? It demoralizes the half of this relationship that is me. It demeans me, demoralizes me.
Really?
Yes, really. Really, when you split on me, how do you feel when I leave you?
When I split, when I go into the other room, you say. You
leave you get another room.
I couldn't do this for 2 hours, bro. Like arguing like that, like with somebody.
Get a flight, things like that. And you asked me not to in Australia, and ever since then,
how many?
I don't know. I have to count them up.
No, because I haven't left you in a house maybe twice. Last night and another time.
No, you've done it before. I've come here before. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, you've come here before. Last time and another time, and then last night.
You've done this several times, and getting me a room. I mean, getting another room at a hotel is just the same thing.
When did I get another room at a hotel?
You text Steven or Nathan in Toronto to get you another room. It's chronic. It happens all the time. And if you do it to go into another room, you do it and you get dressed.
You were fucking screaming at me.
I'm not going to validate my actions last night. I feel very bad.
No, I'm talking in Toronto.
I did not start screaming until you had fucking said all the shit. You poke an animal enough, it is eventually, it doesn't matter how friendly it is or how cool.
True. Well,
I
it's the same for me.
So
she's calling herself an animal.
Same for
And you
me,
kicked
kid.
and kicked and kicked so bad. I have not done this to you. I have not said these things to you. I have not started to fight by saying I'm going to get in another room. And I'm not going to sit here and fight about fucking Toronto anymore. Guess what? I let it go.
Oh my God. Luckily, I have a volume cap setting. It says turn down volume. Thank you to the sec for putting that. Is it too loud for you guys? Or it's okay. Holy shit. Oh my God, yo. This shit kind of takes me back to my arguments and fighting with, oh my God.
So I'm not fucking talking about Toronto.
Send me the tapes.
I can whisper it. I can write it. Guess what? I'm not saying another fucking word about Toronto. I'm so sick and tired of fucking fighting about old fights. This is not about a fight. This is broad. This is a broad thing. And if I'm telling you every single time you get dressed and you fucking split the top of a fight, you never fucking try and work it out, you never fight for me, you never come to me, you never self-calm, you never self-soothe, you're never the one to throw the olive branch. I'm sick and tired of it. It needs to fucking change. And you can go, I can't meet those demands, I can't do it, or you can fucking promise me so I have a modicum of safety, I feel a modicum of respect, a little tiny shit sliver of fucking like, you are in this whether it is good or bad, whether it is good or bad, down and up, lows and highs, tough and easy. Not just when it's easy. I feel like you're a fucking vacation husband. You were so there when it's good. You're so there when it's easy. The second it gets hard, you question it. Last night, I am just as guilty. I give you that. But I have been primed and conditioned. At this point, I thought I'd never get over Toronto. It hurt so bad. I got fucked over so bad, and I did not do anything like that. I didn't stoop to that level at all.
You got the tapes. Let me hear them.
Absolutely. I wish it had caught everything too.
Why don't you send me the fucking recordings? Just text them to me.
I don't know how else to say I will to you. Hasn't really been a kind of safe environment now, has it? So if I'm looking to stoke a fire, yeah, okay. I haven't, because we have not been well. We have not been good. When I fucking move out, if I move out, then you'll have them and you can fucking relish them. You won't fucking like it, what you hear. Won't make you happy. But you hear.
Bro, I just did a quick little poll. This is finally, there's some sort of decisiveness here now with the audience. Team Heard or Team Depp. And it says 98% so far. And that's, I don't know how many votes that is. 124 so far. Wow. There's somebody out there. Hey, I told you, man, she got some support.
Hear what I'm telling you.
Unless they're trolling.
We haven't really been good. It hasn't really been a safe environment now, has it? You act like you're fucking on something when I haven't, sent you this. Like, well, send them to me. Get this. It hasn't been good. It's been a little tough.
Well, it wasn't before Rio.
Was it tough?
I mean, it was only in the sense that you tried to keep me,
It's been really tough.
And why did you come to Rio?
All I've been trying to do is be with you, spend time with you. You said you needed that. You said that it made a difference when I wasn't working. You wanted me to travel with you.
That was the time you were looking for apartments?
That was after Toronto.
Yeah, that's when we came back here.
I know where we were.
Toronto, Boston, here.
I know where we were. We've been on the road basically since Australia, and I have been at your side. And I have not been filming a movie.
Well, we were on our honeymoon. I hope you were at my side.
I'm not talking about just a honeymoon. Now, am I? I'm talking about many months. And was it all the honeymoon? No. I have been at your side.
That Elon dodged a bullet.
Throughout it all. You said, why did you come to Rio? And I answered you. I would love for it to be better. I have no fucking consistency, no safety, no security. The relationship is something
Imagine being rich and famous and like putting up with this shit. Like you have millions, right? Millions of dollars, and you're still putting up with like regular shit. That's crazy. I mean, I guess it doesn't have anything to do with money, but I'm just saying, like, you have so many options. You can do whatever. You can leave. It's not going to, hurt you. Some people are kind of more stuck in situations. Sometimes it's financial too. Imagine having all this money. You're dealing with this.
It's something you don't fight for. You don't stand up for. You always run from when
Oh, there is an age gap too, right? Dietrich said, I forgot. Let me look up the age.
It's tough. I I'm telling you, I need more. We didn't say vows. You didn't make them exactly in the same, in that way, you know, but now is the fucking time. I need to know if you're going to be there. I want promises. I told you that at the beginning of this conversation. I need promises you're going to fucking be there. I need promises that this is important to you, not when it's easy, when it's hard too. If this is something you'll fight for, that this is something that's sacred, that neither of us throw out every fight. I can't be the only one to hold the promises. I was in Toronto and it fucked me over. I can't be the only one. You can't be the only one. If I split on you, all those times that I thought about doing it, we would not be here. And I stayed, and it's tougher. You know, that's stronger. I'm stronger. It is easy to run. It is easy to run away from problems. It is easy to take that out and say, well, that's the easiest. That's the safest way out. I'm not saying we should get in physical altercations. I never want to be in that. Never. But every time you don't like what I say and you fucking run away, will never work out anything. You can't run away every fight.
CDO says he's trauma bonded, Mel. So it has nothing to do with money.
You can't. It's easy. It's not brave. It's not strong. It's harder to say to somebody, I want to work this out. I want to face what I have. I want to face what you have. I want to work it out with you. You're not working it out. You're running away, and then you made me be the bigger person every single time and come to you and knock on the door and come to this house and say, hey, we're married. It's supposed to be sacred. Calm down.
I made you.
Yes, by default. If you're never the one to do it, one of us is, and I'm the one to do it every time. It means I'm the bigger person every time. It means I have to be the strong one. It means every time I have to fight for our relationship, and you get to be you get to be lazy. You get to be cowardly. I don't know what it is.
What are you here for? What do you need me for?
Once again, I am fighting for the relationship.
With a guy that you don't fucking trust or like? Why?
I did not say I didn't like you. I love you.
I remember one time I was like arguing with this person, like all these issues. I'm like, yo, and really I could pose the question to myself, but I was like, if you dislike me so much, if you're complaining about me so much, everything's a problem, why the hell are you still with me? Everything is a complaint. Why are you still here?
You're my favorite person in the world. I remember what I said at the beginning. I'm sorry you feel like you can't imagine it. But I said this to you at the beginning of this conversation. I said, you're my favorite person in the whole world. If you weren't the most magnetic, shiny, beautiful, interesting, dynamic person I had ever met in my life, it would be so easy to walk away from this bratty thing that you do.
Untrustworthy.
Did you hear what I just said? I said I can't trust. That's not meaning you're untrustworthy. It means that we've created a situation, and I'm telling you what you do to create it too. We've created a situation in which trust can't grow. It's like it's trampled every single time, and we need a marriage. That's why I sat down. Do you not remember me sitting down at the very beginning of this conversation and saying just that to you? Saying, I know you got married for security and for safety. So did I. We did not get married because it was something that we're doing, because it was something we could walk away. We wanted the foundation. No?
I wanted to make you my wife.
Yes, but you could just have me as your girlfriend if you didn't want the foundation. And you told me, and maybe you go back on it now. Fine, okay, cool. Lie about that. I don't know. You told me you wanted a foundation. You told me you wanted the security. You wanted the safety. You liked the foundation. At the beginning, you said, I really like having that. It feels safe. So don't argue with me when I say it now.
I'm not arguing with you.
Oh, yeah, but you had to pick it apart.
By saying because I loved you and you're my wife, I wanted you to be my wife, that's picking it apart?
No.
Then how did I pick it apart?
I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight about a fight. I want to fight about the semantics.
How come when I come up with a point, you can't answer it? You don't want, or suddenly you don't want to answer it?
What am I not answering? Because I don't want to fight about this new thing? No, I don't want to. I said you wanted the safety and security, and you stopped me, you interrupted me, and then you said, what? Because because I wanted to have you as my...
I didn't interrupt you. You asked me, right? You said, right?
I meant you interjected. I meant you said. You said. How about that? See, now, is this better? I answered you. I addressed what you're saying. Now, can we please not fight about that?
And I said, because I love you.
I said loved.
talking about a fucking event that's past tense. If I used loved, my apologies. It doesn't mean I don't love you now.
My whole point that you.
And he's so like calm too, like he's on a Xanax or something. He's just chill. I would after a while I get kind of annoyed. We're only 13 minutes in.
I don't know what issue is. Is it you love me? Yes, you married me though because you wanted some safety, some security, some stability, a foundation. Now, if you take issue with that, okay, take issue with it. But if you agree, then you agree. That's who you were when you married me.
Yes, but the only thing that's missing is with you. I wanted those things with you.
Yes.
And that's what I was trying to say.
Me too.
Because I love you, and I wanted to marry you for that, for our love, for the security, for the foundation, for yes, of course. But you left for you.
I'm sorry, I didn't. Me too. I mean, with you, of course.
Or with you, or whatever.
I mean that, of course. Of course I do. Of course I want that with you. It's why I'm married to you. But I need the safety, I need the security, I need the boundaries, and I think you, could you not agree?
I need the same things.
So
But when you start flipping out, and I can't get a word in, and it's you know, manic and angry, well, what the fuck, Amber?
I get angry. I'm human. This is the kind of situation where one gets angry.
Okay, but you can't provoke anger in me then. If I just
can't control that.
But
If I'm angry,
just try. Let's both try. If there's anger, if there's something fucking really fucking poking us in the ass, let's try. Try not to fucking fight. Try to address it without jumping down each other's throats, because all that's going to do is build a mountain of fucking resentment, some species of fucking hatred within the love, and so totally fucking mistrust, because you say you don't trust me. I get it, okay. I'm flake, I'm with this, I'm with that.
I didn't
all
say
right.
as a person. I was speaking specifically about this. I don't trust the marriage. I don't trust you. I don't feel safe with it because you always fucking bail on it.
Well, then I don't know, you know.
Somebody just messaged me and she said, I never wanted to knock out a B word out so bad in my life. I had another interesting message too. I can't remember from somewhere. Somebody told me that Amber's a C-U-N-T.
I want the trust back. You
I've never heard this before.
All you want. Say it's my fault. Say how dare I get angry at you ever. Whatever. I'm telling you.
As much as you don't like that shit in your marriage, I don't like the guff that you put on me in our marriage. And if it causes distrust in me, it causes distrust in me. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what.
And sometimes I don't. I don't want to fucking be there and go through the shit. I don't, man. I don't.
No.
I don't want to, because I don't want to fucking fight.
But it doesn't have to be one. It's not like I'm saying, hey, choose fight.
You just said I get mad, I'm going to scream.
No, I didn't say that's always the case. I said, yeah, I'm mad. It happens. It happens.
Yes, I know. It happens often.
The things that are wrong are repeating themselves, and they happen often. If you think I'm some fucking tyrant or bully, then don't fucking be with me. But don't sit here and insult me like I'm the fuck up because I have the audacity to get
saying
mad.
that I'm the tyrant and the bully and at the same time the guy that runs away and
you run away every single fight.
Okay, so I mean, then what are you?
I'm not
doing
lying
with me?
about it.
Then what are you doing with me?
I already answered that. I already we went through this conversation literally 5 minutes ago. I answered this already 5 minutes ago.
You just said to me that I shouldn't be with you.
No, I said if
That's
you.
what I feel.
No, I said if I'm some, harping bully, which is what you make me sound like. Like I'm like constantly on you, making you feel bad. That's because that's what I do. And then you ignore everything. You take me for granted. You're ignoring everything that I do for you. You make me sound terrible. You talk about me in a terrible way. You do not fight for me. And then you want to sit here and make me sound so terrible to be around.
Fight for you,
you don't. Everything I've already explained.
No,
it's like she wants him to beat her or something. Imagine if she had gotten something like that. It's like she's trying to like provoke him or something. Rebel, thank you so much for the super chat. Says something about crazy woman guys like. I've had a few. Be Botanical says we all need Adderall to figure out the point of this conversation. We all need Adderall to figure out the point of this conversation. Yeah.
10 minutes.
No fight for you. I don't understand.
You never ever do the work. Put in the work. If we're arguing about something, you don't ever try to get to the bottom of it, figure out, make the peace. You want to make it easy on you, so you split. You don't fight for me. You don't fight when there's a problem. You don't come to me. You don't make peace with me. You never extend an olive branch. You're never the bigger guy. You're never the one that's like, okay, I'm going to put my own feelings aside for a second and say, this is bigger than us. Let's stop fighting. You never are the one to come and knock on my door. You take me for granted.
It's not true. It's not true. I'm not the one who fucking throws fucking pots and
That's different.
fucking else at me.
That's different. That's one does not negate the other. That's irrelevant. It's a complete non sequitur. Just because I've thrown pots and pans does not mean that you come and knock on the door. Just because there are vases does not mean that you come and knock on the door.
Really, I should just let you throw.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that. You're putting words in my mouth and then making non sequiturs.
I'm giving you a situation.
Hey, Angie. Angie says Amber's recording. Okay.
No, you're trying to justify how you don't or do come to the door.
No,
based on whether I throw pots and pans. It's irrelevant.
No, I'm justifying how you seem to think that.
Yeah, that's a good. That is actually a good question. Who is recording this? Was this Amber or was this Johnny?
There's this cowardice in me that runs away, and I don't fight for you.
And you're justifying that by saying I throw pots and pans? Okay, cool. Let's talk about everything you do wrong.
I'm not the one who fucking did that. I didn't.
So that makes sense. So that's clear. Yeah.
The only time I ever threw anything at you was when you fucking threw the cans at me in Australia.
Why are you trying to justify who throws things based on whether or not you come knocking on the door? And
because that is a fucking irrational and violent fucking maneuver. So a man would want to get out of that area so that he doesn't get so fucking angry that he actually does pop the fucking wife.
So effing true. So effing true. Sorry if that was I think there's limiters on there. Beat Botanical says if he is he the one recording? Is that why he's so calm, Mel? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna see if somebody can find out, can confirm that. I'm getting let me see, I'm getting some messages here. Let's see. All recordings that have been released are from Amber. That's it. Okay. Her psychologist told her to record all combos with him. All right. Well, thank you for that information. So yeah, because if he was the one recording and then the calm thing, that's what people are getting at in the chat. Then it's like, okay, he's trying to make it seem like he's the one, whatever. But no, supposedly this is actually her recording. It's actually her recording. It's true though, man. I'm telling you, when I've had situations, it was always when I was leaving, where there was a problem, where things got physical, and I was just trying to get out of that situation. Because a lot of guys, or not a lot of guys, but some guys don't, I don't know, have control to go through that. To not react or defend yourself, just take it.
How does one inform the other?
Oh man, go home and listen to the tape. Please, that's what they're for.
Yes. You listen to the fucking tape.
Oh, I'm gonna.
So will I. I'm not going to sit here and promise you I'll never get mad at you or that you'll never fuck up. I know you want to live in a world where everyone just says yes to you and doesn't question you or criticize you ever.
Don't insult me like that, please.
But that's not the case. That's not why you're with me. I am honest with you. I'm sorry. You don't want to be held accountable. I get it.
I'm not sure you're so honest with me.
Well, that's your...
Watching you live in front of Travis last night was really
that's your problem, and that's your whole thing that you've created.
That's my problem, but my problem is that you don't trust me?
No, I don't
what the
trust you
fuck
in
is
this.
going on in there, man?
I don't trust you in this, and I want the trust back.
You don't trust me in our marriage. Well, what is everything we're talking about? Our marriage.
Tell me if you want to stop talking.
You're saying you don't
then
trust me
just tell
personally,
or you
don't
don't
trust me in the marriage? What I don't understand, what's so different. Tell me the difference, please.
I think I have in the last few hours now.
No, I think you could probably explain it to me a little better. I'm slow.
You want to keep being an asshole?
Do I want to keep being an asshole?
Stop the attitude.
It's a redundant question.
Stop the attitude.
I should stop the attitude. Okay, sure, no problem.
Stop.
No problem.
So I'm not going to sit here and go over every fight we've had. I'm not going to refight this fight. You have something you're holding on to about Travis. Fucking go fuck. You know, go do it. Go run away together. I don't know what you're fucking holding on to, but you have created that. I have no part of that. I don't know what you're fucking latched onto in your brain, what stray hairs have fucking commingled and tangled in your brain to make you think you've really figured some sort of thing out. But this is not unusual for you. It's like almost every fight I could pretty much guarantee you will find something that you can like manipulate.
Let's ask Travis tonight.
So there's a little bit of conflicting stuff. Somebody sent me a thing on Instagram where it says Johnny Depp secretly records Amber Heard admitting she hit him. So I'm gonna read it a little bit while I play this. I'm a little curious. I don't know. It looks like they're both recording each other, it says.
Yes, why don't we invite Travis into our fucked up, broken ass, 3 fucking wheeled truck of a marriage? Why don't we crash it straight into the wall? Because no one knows us better than fucking Travis.
You're just afraid that the truth will come out.
What truth?
That you lied.
What are you fucking talking about? I didn't fucking even have a fucking thing to lie about. What are you fucking talking about? Every fucking fight, there's a new thing that you've convinced yourself is a lie.
I said to you, Amber, tell Travis what you just did. Did you just fucking, did you punch me in the fucking jaw? Did you fucking kick? Did you? Did you? And you wouldn't say a fucking reason. I don't know what you're talking about. Never fucking,
I see the
never
lie.
fucking happened.
I see the lie. You really should run with this. In fact, maybe you and Travis can like go and like, you know, do a tell-all about what an investigative
study. Stop with the attitude, right? Sorry. Stop with the attitude.
Sorry.
You're getting all bunched up.
Sorry. Sorry. I don't, it's so fucking pointless, and you know it, to sit here and fight about fucking whatever you think happened with This wasn't a conversation.
Listen, I was not high.
I'm not going to.
You lied. You're an asshole.
You were fucking full of shit. What lie? When? What conversation did I have with Travis? Big investigative study you've done. I'm not sitting here and fighting with you about the fight that we had last night.
After you fucking got physically violent with me, I texted Travis. I said, come up here, because I didn't want anything to happen.
I mean, yeah.
Come what? Save me?
No, go ahead. Continue. You. Travis to the rescue.
No, that was the last one. You can go. You go. That was the last insult.
Oh, yeah. You called me a liar, and yet.
I watched you lie.
You called me a liar.
I watched you lie. I heard it. I was right there.
There's no what. You still haven't told me what lie it is.
We'll talk
but yet every single fucking time.
We'll talk
you know
to
you do this
Travis.
every single fucking time.
We'll talk to Travis.
I'm not fucking talking to nobody.
No,
Fuck
because
that.
you
You go fucking jerk him off. I don't care. I really could care less. It's you every single time. You latch onto some sort of thing when I already told you. I don't know what you're
Okay, so I was wondering who Travis is. Someone in Olivia says Travis is Johnny's security guard. I have to look it up and see. I think Travis is bodyguard is what people are saying. Okay. Thank you, Jackie, for the membership, for being a member for 4 months. Gracias. Complete mental and emotional abuse from her. Be Botanical says, and thank you for the super chat. My husband says, the prettier, the crazier. Rebel Eric says, both know they're being recorded. Crazy and bad as well.
fucking talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. You still haven't even told me what it
Olivia says he was called as a witness.
is. But run with it.
I have told you what it is.
No, you haven't.
I said to Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in the fucking thing, and you
figured
in
it
the face,
out.
and you said, no, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I watched you lie, and then
I didn't punch you, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed fist.
You get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you.
You can't
I don't know
deck
what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are your toes?
Now, what am I supposed to do? Do this?
How are your toes?
I'm not sitting here bitching about it, am I? You are.
Oh,
that's the difference
you
between
poor
me and
toe.
you. You're a fucking baby.
Because you start
You
physical
are
fights?
such a baby.
Because
Grow
you,
the fuck up,
because you start
Johnny.
physical fights?
I did start a physical fight.
Yeah, you did, so I had to get the fuck out of there.
Yes, you did. So you did the right thing, the big thing. You know what? You're admirable. Every single time. What's your excuse? When there's not a physical fight, then what's the excuse there? You're still being admirable, right? Just by running away? And you can sit here and call me names, but you get called a name, and what do? That's the last insult. You're a baby. You're a hypocrite. You don't do anything that you actually do. You expect from people what you can't give them. If they do something, a taste of it to you, you fucking lose it. But yet you dish it out.
What are you doing with this?
I'm giving you a Xanax.
Oh.
You need it.
Oh, thank you.
Seems like it's worn off.
Yeah, it probably has.
Hey, okay. The Xanax. I told you. What did I say? I told you.
I love you, and I've told you many times in this conversation how much I love you. I do love you. And I've fought for this marriage and fought for you. You don't do the same. Not ever. Okay. I got married to you with a foundation. So we could start out. Not so that it could be a transient thing we throw around with each other, run away from. But I haven't even been able to have like a fight with you beyond in any real talking kind of speaking context in so long, because anytime anything goes wrong, you split. I feel like it's your first thing. And it's unnecessary. It's not always you're splitting because there's blows or because there's yelling or anything. You split most times when I'm still speaking in this volume and nothing has been thrown or hit or anything. Tell me what I need for this. I want to feel the trust, and I can with you. I know I can. I have felt it with you. But it's been destroyed by constantly being reminded that you take me for granted or that you don't see this as a permanent thing, for better or for worse. I feel genuinely that you are here in this marriage and committed to this marriage for the better. And really not for the worse. You can't say the same about me. I fight even when I feel terrible. I show up. I pursue. I give you space. I've done everything to really show how committed I am. You know I am. I'm here for God's sake.
And I have.
No, not when it's tough. Not when it's hard. Not when it's worse. This is the grandest gesture you've shown me in a long time. Is by sitting in one place and actually facing some of the stuff.
Maria sent me a link, and so yeah, it is definitely confirmed. Travis McGivern, he's the security guard for Johnny Depp. Says Johnny Depp's security guard has told a court that he witnessed Amber Heard throw a can of Red Bull at the star's back, punch him, and spit at him during a blazing row. Now, Travis, who has been the actor's security guard for 7 years, was called as a witness at Depp's libel trial in London's High Court. So he was previously called as a witness. Today, Travis spoke of an incident between the former couple in which it was claimed Depp smashed up their LA penthouse before hitting Heard hard and repeatedly and tearing out clumps of her hair. Heard also claimed that an enraged Depp tried to push her sister, Whitney. Travis said he believes he was present during the incident referred to by Heard on March 23rd, 2015. He said he was contacted by Depp sometime before 4 and 6 a.m. and asked to go to the penthouse and to bring along nurse Debbie Lloyd, who worked for Depp. He said in a witness statement, I do not recall specifying why he wanted the nurse to come. He said when Miss Lloyd and I entered the residence, Miss Heard and Depp were having a verbal argument. Miss Heard's sister was also present. I cannot recall the specifics of what was being said, but there was a lot of shouting mixed in some moments of calmer communication. The argument lasted approximately 60 to 90 minutes. When I arrived at the penthouse 5, I initially stood outside the apartment with the door open in order to give Miss Heard and Mr. Depp their space. When the argument got louder, and more intense, I entered the apartment and stood there in their general vicinity without intervening. At some point, approximately 30 to 45 minutes after my arrival, Miss Heard threw a full can of Red Bull that hit Mr. Depp in his back. Travis said he then approached Depp in order to protect him in case other items were thrown. Let's see. At this point, Miss Heard was standing on the landing above Mr. Depp. I witnessed her spit on Mr. Depp from above. Miss Heard also tried to throw her purse at Mr. Depp, but I deflected it mid-air. Approximately 10 minutes before we left, I witnessed Miss Heard punch Depp in the eye with a closed fist. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I mean, it's a lot. It's a whole, I mean, I just got into this yesterday, but these people have had a whole history, I guess, years of issues. I mean, it goes back, but there's a lot of details in between.
Stuff we need to talk about.
I don't know how
I wonder the biggest
how he lost that case.
Gesture you've given me in a very long time. It means a lot, of course, but it should be mutual.
I guess because he was going after was it the son at the time? Maybe that's why.
I know there's things that I need to be different. I want to make you happy as a man. No, I can change. It's certain things that are hurting you. But I know I can't blame myself entirely for going straight to the fucking finish line, the first sign of stress yesterday. Because of how it's been lately. Like since Australia. And I've been on the road with you. I haven't been working. I don't know what else I could fucking do.
Since Australia, we've been on our honeymoon and we had a great time, other than the fact that we had a fight in the train, which was physical. But then we had a fight in San Francisco. But I thought everything else was great. You're saying you've been pondering this since Australia.
No, the splitting.
Me splitting.
Like the lack of, I even said this in Australia. So I feel like it was so good for so long. We'd talk about things. Remember we were allowed to have fights then. Remember we allowed ourselves to say, hey, you did this or you took. Remember we would even have a little argument and it was okay. It was an argument. I don't know what the fuck has changed. I can't figure it out. And I don't mean to criticize anything that you do, but it's so chronic with you, the changes in the personality. It's like sometimes you get these clear months and you're this different person and it's wonderful, you're this, and then sometimes I'm like struggling to stay connected with you, struggling to have 5 minutes with you, struggling to connect with you, struggling to have my friendship with you, and I can't fight with you. It's like, but they're so chronic that I have to go, what the fuck has changed? What thing has changed? Do you not remember how different? You were so different. You allowed me to...
But you
I allowed you to what?
And you were so present, and we were allowed to fight. We were not even fight. We had arguments. You weren't like.
Shelley says correct. He lost because he was going for a UK newspaper, and he is American. I'm from the UK, and it was very clear she was lying. It's kind of crazy to kind of try to catch up on some of this stuff. It's a lot. And it just makes me flash back a little bit, to previous incidents in my own life, thinking about just craziness.
This mood swings up, down, like really aggressive and really cool and calm. I mean, you've given me this time here on the couch, and it's amazing that we can actually talk. But I never feel that safe. I constantly feel like you're about to fucking split, and I don't want to feel like that. You made me feel meaningless.
You threw me out of the bedroom.
Yeah, why wouldn't I if I know that you're about to split? I mean, that's what I'm saying. You always
about to split.
You always split, so that's... Why wouldn't... I mean, I do blame myself for my actions.
I was laying in bed
watching
television, man. I was laying in bed watching television.
I fucked up last night. I'm not going to defend myself. But I also can't blame me going to the finish line, and that's always where you drive it.
You're saying you thought you were sure I was going to split. But
always. I mean, that's just...
why would I split if I'm laying in the bed with you watching television?
Anytime I tell you that I'm unhappy with anything, and it's typically the same thing, anytime my voice and complaint, I'm not allowed to have a complaint. I'm not allowed to think anything wrong. I've told you this 1,000 times. 1,000 times I've said this to you in calm and in fights. Baby, I don't feel like I'm allowed to just have a complaint, and you aren't allowing me the luxury of us just being normal human couples. Like, as soon as you get mad, you take off on the train. Remember, I even asked you, is it about Adderall? Are you doing too much? I know it makes one edgy. It makes one, like, temperamental. Could it be too much? Like, what is it? The alcohol doesn't seem like it unless it's like in Toronto where it just became that. But in general, it hasn't been a problem so much. So I don't know what changed. I mean, I'm sure it's something, because it's not a chemical. It's strong. No. It's one day you were different.
It's the same.
And it hasn't been back.
It's the same changes that are happening in you. It's exactly the same. Huh?
Everything wish that was the case.
That is the case.
I have always allowed you to fuck up and be a human. I've always been able to have a communication with you. The difference is you make it so we cannot even communicate at all if it's anything negative. You go, you take off on a train, you don't get off. You don't calm down.
Yeah, yeah. Adderall, I wouldn't be able to do it. I think I would get pissed off probably. I mean, I don't take it anymore. I stopped taking it because it wasn't good for me. I think long term, it just made me kind of like a little antisocial. But yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with freaking arguing. I'd probably snap. I'd probably get annoyed. Not something I want to be on talking about.
Don't honor when you say I just want a few minutes or
Xanax. Maybe Xanax could work though. Xanax could help you out. You just chill, whatever.
Time, but I'll be back. You don't assuage the anxiety and stress that gives me and makes things worse with me by saying, "Hey, we will." Remember, Keeper was like, "You have to say, I will be back in this amount of time, more or less, and then actually honor it. You have to come back." So I said, "Oh my God, if he could do that, that would be great." And you never do it. You don't ever honor that. You leave me with way more anxiety, stress, anger, and resentment. But in Australia, for a few months, you were so...
So were you. It makes a difference. I wasn't being attacked.
I'm not. I have not attacked you any different. I haven't changed. I have not attacked you any different. I never attacked.
I didn't know that, Keezy. I didn't know about the previous coverage. Keezy said on Repulse Court TV got to cover this case. They have been biased from the start, only posting information and footage that shows Heard in a good light. That's interesting. I wonder how many people had turned their back on Johnny and then to turn around and come back.
You. I never attack you. Just because I have a complaint with something you did is not an attack.
It becomes verbally insulting. It becomes all kinds of shit. It becomes like right at the get-go, yeah.
See, that's the problem. If you see any criticism as a verbal assault, of course we have this problem. We're going to have it next time you do. God forbid I have a problem with something you do. We're going to be in this situation. Are you ready for it?
Verbal assault.
What if I'm hurt? Am I not allowed to be hurt and be human? That's the thing. You're not allowing me to be human then. You take my humanity from me. You're telling me I'm not allowed to feel things and I'm not allowed to react because to protect you.
Last night happened because I was at Isaac's for too long. Next door.
It happened because we could not.
And for what? For what? What did we gain from this fight? From me just, the horrible fucking act of me being over at Isaac's for just too long for you.
I did not cause this because you were at Isaac's. You lie to yourself. Go ahead. You're just lying.
Then why were you upset last night?
This did not happen because of Isaac's. This happened because we're fighting. This is not about Isaac's. We actually haven't really even talked about that. We spent 2 seconds on it because it's not about that. It's bigger than that. The point is I voiced a complaint. It could be anything. You could say, baby, you did something to hurt me. Which you did, and you admitted.
Why didn't you say that?
You admitted that you would feel that way too, and you said sorry for it. That would have been great, but I could not feel safe saying that to you because I knew that your reaction would very likely be a defensive explosion and an attack and freak out and get up and walk away and all this stuff. So I wanted to avoid it. So I took an Ambien to try and go to sleep without...
Oh, an Ambien too. Oh, well, she's talking about an incident. Damn, that Ambien stuff too. I heard of people kind of waking up out of their sleep and kind of like walking around as a zombie. Or I've seen people, I knew one person that would take Ambien and she would drink on it and purposely stay awake, like force her body. And then she'd just go crazy. Wasn't that allegedly what Tiger Woods was doing? She'd go crazy, like doing all kinds of crazy stuff on Ambien. I'm like, why would you take that and force your body to stay awake? And then she wouldn't remember anything the next day. Let me get to the super chats real quick and then we'll go back. Rebel, thank you so much for the super chat. Says abusive and she feeds him drugs. No dad in her life. Lainey says the motorcycle chase was less stressful than listening to Amber. That's true, man. That's why we do those streams. And tomorrow, I guess tomorrow is when the actual trial starts. The jury selection, I thought they were going to be streaming, but apparently they're not. I've been watching, I have Court TV in the background, kind of. They're just playing the same clip over and over. I guess it's not going to be a live jury selection thing. So we're just doing these audio things to kind of catch up, especially me. I haven't followed this story. And I think it could be potentially really interesting in court because there's probably going to be more things that come out in court.
Even having to speak to you about it because I was really hurt that you fucking left me stranded. You didn't think about me. You didn't text me. All the things that you apologized for.
Somebody said allegedly she also on Adderall, Xanax, Seroquel, Coke, alcohol, etc.
You already apologized for it. Can you do me one small favor and not take it back?
I ain't taking it back.
Stop defending me, please. You already apologized for it. It meant a lot to me. Do me one favor today. Don't take that back.
Yeah, Angie, I've heard of that. Stories like that.
And what did I just say?
This isn't about Isaac, you know. It is about us not allowing.
Is it about me showering?
No, it's about you not allowing me to have any problems with you or be upset at you or mad at you or even hurt by you at all. You do not allow it.
If you could have just said in a kinder way, a nicer way, like, listen, I feel fucked over by what you fucking just did.
You wouldn't freak out.
No, I would say fucking, what is it? Like what? And fucking too long at Isaac's, you said you wouldn't be that long or whatever. You shouldn't. I feel stranded. I felt fucking left. Whatever.
They say he hasn't been sober. Hoax said he hasn't been sober since he was 12 years old, Johnny.
Well, am I going to fight with that? Why would I get mad at that?
Oh my God, the first thing you do is I don't have to text you and I mean you just it would be shit. It would be a fight. It would be terrible. It would not be.
It was a fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a mess.
It was a fight.
It's gonna be a mess in court.
It shouldn't have been, and so then the Isaac thing was the impetus because that was a lot of what you said today.
It was the impetus, but it's just a small example of a bigger thing. You know it's a good thing.
Okay, so it's a bigger thing that's coming from back in Australia.
No, it's like Australia, we were allowed to have fights. You can't sit here and tell me I can't feel things and I can't voice them to you. If we say to each other, you can't get mad and you can't be hurt by the other, then we're living in a fucking motherfucking fairy tale.
Look.
At this point in the video, because there is some sort of timestamp, 41, 32, see, we're at 41. It says, let me see, because I can't even see this stuff. JD, at 32, it says, JD says there was a physical altercation on the train on the honeymoon in San Francisco. 4339, which is we're coming up on now. It says Amber Heard complains that JD doesn't do the work. And then the next one after is Amber Heard admits she goes to different bathrooms looking for JD. Amber Heard admits JD needs his meds. Okay, let's listen.
Then, of course, nobody is able to and shouldn't hold shit in. But we can go to the other person.
Yeah. How did Elon Musk deal with it?
I feel fucked. I feel shit. I feel this. I feel that. And then we can assess how you feel. Well, fuck. I guess. Oh shit. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I get it.
What?
Or, fucking. I don't understand what you're saying, and you're wrong.
Hold on. Okay. That set says now they're outside court TV. Let's see. Shit. Where the hell did I put that link? Sorry, I gotta chill out with the cursing.
Whether or not, well, who's telling the truth in this case?
Does it matter if I'm cursing?
Now, Chili, let's talk, please, if we can, about why.
Between Johnny and Amber going off on drugs, pill popping.
It's one of those little fascinating details that kind of can get lost in everything. Why there for jurisdiction, please?
Right, that's a common question that is asked because, of course, both celebrities live in the state of California. So why here in Fairfax County, Virginia? Well, it's because the Washington Post, they publish here in this county. Their online servers are here in Fairfax County. So the defense and the prosecution tried to overcome this by saying we should go to California because none of these causes of actions happened in this state. But the judge said no because the Washington Post published here, the jurisdiction is proper proper here in Fairfax County. And at the time, Johnny Depp, as the plaintiff, felt that some of the laws here for defamation maybe favored him as opposed to the defendant here. So there were some benefits for him to file here in the state of Virginia as opposed to the state of California. But that's why we're sitting out here, and if you maybe see behind me, there's media from all over the lawn, right in front of this courthouse, from all over the world, and members of the public milling about. It's a big day here.
Yeah, certainly is. All right, we'll check in with you later in the show. Chanley, thank you so much. I want to bring in now criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Daryl Cohen. He's also an entertainment lawyer. He practices in Atlanta, Georgia. He's joining us remotely to talk a little bit about this case. Daryl, always good to see you. First question I have for you, please, is one that I asked on Twitter today because it's been on my mind really the last couple days as we've been kind of getting amped up for this case to begin today. And that is, do you think at the end of the trial, there is going to be any clear winner in all this?
Absolutely, Julie. There will be two. The lawyers representing Amber, if she's heard, and also Depp Johnny. So yes, the lawyers representing Johnny Depp, the lawyers representing Amber Heard will be very clear winners unless they have it on a contingency, and I would not think that would be the case, nor would that be smart. No, I think that this is very Shakespeare, much ado about nothing. Johnny was a good husband, he was a bad husband. Amber was a good wife, a bad wife. They agreed to disagree. They severed the relationship. They said, goodbye, I'm out of here. And it makes no sense to me other than maybe it will help sell a few more tickets and make Johnny a bigger hero or anti-hero, as it may be.
Yeah, I'm so glad to hear you say that, Daryl. It's something I've been thinking a lot about here in terms of the advising that's going on in both of their cases. And really, at the end of the day, is the juice worth the squeeze on this one? There's going to be a lot of really, really ugly things discussed, a lot of dirty laundry being aired, so to speak. And at the end of the day, is it going to help things when we're talking about clearing one's name? Is this the best way to go about it? Your thoughts, please.
Julie, they can't go to the French Laundry because they're not in California. And so they're going to have to go to a different laundry. And how does it clear your name when you make allegations and there are allegations made back at you? And then the jury, and actually the jury of public opinion, because what happens in that courtroom is important, but all of the press is perhaps more important. Is it going to make either of them look good? I doubt it, because once something is said, it goes in someone's mind, regardless of whether they think it's actionable or not. It's not going to make either of them a hero. Just isn't. It's silly. It's really foolishness that I think it's an interesting venue. California would have been a much more exciting venue, but this may be the most exciting case Virginia has in a long time, other than cases that matter.
Yeah, probably. Daryl, when I was watching the two of them enter today, we know Amber Heard showed up pretty early. She showed up around 9 a.m. Johnny Depp closer to the start time of 10 a.m. this morning. And they looked a lot different in terms of demeanor. He was there smiling, seemed to be going in with a smile on his face for much of the time. She went in with a more serious, stoic look there. How much do those optics matter when we know we're going to see these two going in and out day after day, probably, morning, afternoon, and maybe during the lunch break too, depending on where they're entering, exiting. We know the media is all around. How much are the looks on their faces, the body language, possibly going to affect things?
Well, Julie, you and I know that body language and looks on their faces and facial expressions make a tremendous amount of difference in the courtroom. So let's take this out of the courtroom, which is where we're getting our looks, and we'll see the court of public opinion, the press, the media. They are the ones that will be covering this till after the cows come home, way after the cows come home, and until such time as there's another case that has more legs. But depending on how Amber looks, depending on how Johnny looks, depending on how they react, he's smiling today. It's easy. I'm easy. No big deal. She's looking at it. It's very serious. I don't think that it's appropriate for what he did to me, and I have to defend myself. Makes a big difference, not in the courtroom verdict, but in the jury's verdict of public opinion throughout the world.
Daryl Cohen, always appreciate your thoughts on this one. I have much more for you. We're just going to squeeze in a break. When we come back, we're going to take you back to the closing arguments in New Jersey for the trial of former Olympic.
Okay, so that's what they've been mostly doing is the closing arguments. I guess they're outside to kind of standing out there, getting video feed, kind of talking about the case, but there really hasn't been much coming out besides them walking in. I sent a message to Molly because I'm just curious. Well, she might not even have her phone if she's inside. Just curious to know what's kind of going on out there on the ground. Maybe later she'll have a chance later to reply. All right, so let me continue.
And then you're the whatever.
But it's going to be the latter, and it's been the latter for months now, where that's your reaction, is not ever admitting wrong, ever doing anything wrong, ever admitting it. You always go straight to you're wrong, fuck you kind of thing. You don't say fuck you all the time right away, but I'm saying
always.
Like for months now, it's been, I can't voice any complaint. I can't say I'm feeling fucked over. I can't say I'm hurt. I can't say you fucked up. I can't be mad at you. I can't be hurt. Nothing. Because I'm the bad guy. Oh, well, I'm always fucking up, and, you know, like, you're always on me, and I'm always fucking up, and, you know, like, getting mad at me for being honest with you. We've had a million fights where I'm like, I was honest with you. I told you how I felt. Maybe if you were me, wouldn't you feel bad? Yeah. Okay, well, then, the fuck? We had these few months where we actually could even feel things and fight, and it was an argument. But you don't ever like, it's like you, I don't know what's changed, but it's like you can't ever just make it short and get over it. You can't. It's like you get on something and you will not get off of it. Hence why I'm always going to you in fights for hours, trying to get you to calm down. Please, can we talk? Please, because I don't want to go to bed that way. And you told me you didn't want to go to bed that way either. Yet you want to fucking do this all night long and make it an all-night thing by disappearing for hours at a time. And then when I come to you, I'm the bad guy. I feel fucking alone. I feel like you're not fucking helping. You're not fucking doing anything in fights. You're not overcoming yourself. You're not overcoming yourself. It's every one of these fights could have been so short. Why aren't you doing some of the work? Why aren't you coming to me and saying, look, olive branch? Why aren't you saying, I'm sorry, bigger picture, let's look at the bigger picture? Why aren't you doing any of this stuff? Have you noticed that you're not?
Do you remember thanking me for doing
No.
that actually recently?
Lisa Nia says, iCkEdMeL is so weird. I'm on 95 going through Virginia to Boston right now. Just passed a trash truck company. Name was Amber Disposals.
Thank you for being a good person. Thank you for coming and apologizing to me.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Split.
Is it, I don't know, honeymoon or Venice?
There's an example. I don't remember which one it is, but
I'm really sorry. I don't remember exactly.
No. I wasn't questioning you. I'm sure
I'm
it
just
happened.
saying
I know. I just don't remember that one time. But I'm saying the majority of the time. And if you want to argue with that, then we'll never see eye to eye. I think you and I both know the truth. The majority of times, you cannot calm yourself, and it's me trying. Whether I'm hurt, whether I'm mad, whether you just told me you hate me in my eyes, I'm the one trying to get you to calm down, trying to get an olive branch, trying to not make it an all-night thing, trying to get over it, trying to see the bigger picture. Even if I'm hurt, I'm still trying to do that because I see the bigger picture. You lose the bigger picture every time. And if you want to stay married to me, you need to figure out if you think you can. If you're going to lose sight of the bigger picture and only be my husband when it's easy, you're only going to be there for the ups, never the downs. You're only going to be there for health, not sickness. Every time it gets hard, you lose the big picture and you can't think about anything else but breaking up, divorce, fighting, splitting, running away. If you can't be the one to come around sometimes and see the bigger picture and know that it's not worth fighting for days, if you can't do that too, we need to walk away. I don't want to walk away. I don't want to end this.
But do you not think you'd instigate the same thing?
I'm not talking about instigating, I'm talking about ending.
But ending, you don't.
I'm talking about ending.
Yeah, but you don't always do that. You don't always end up to be the one.
Remember
What you do is in the morning you say, "I'm sorry."
On the fullest. No, I do it at night. I do it at night. I come, whether it's night or day. I've done both. I've come to you every single time. On the plane, I came to you. On the Venice, I came to you. In Toronto, I came to you. In what do you call it? San Francisco, I came to you. I pull you into the bed, or I hug you, and I get us to calm down. And I'm glad I do, because that's what makes it not be an all-night thing. And nothing harms our marriage more than sleeping in different beds because we're mad at each other or going to bed mad at each other. We made a promise. You didn't keep that promise, but we did make a promise to not do that. It was your choice not to live up to that promise, not mine. I tried to get you to come to bed when you were mad. I tried to get you to calm down so many times in Toronto. Toronto, in Venice, and in San Francisco. I would come to the 7 different bathrooms if you were, and try.
Damn.
Throughout, whether I was mad or hurt or not, because I saw the bigger picture. I didn't think it was worth this. I'm always the one trying to end it. You never let go of things. You constantly do this.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
You're never the one coming to me and saying, let's not fight anymore. You're never the one saying, come, just get into bed. Let's not go to bed mad like that. On the plane, it was me. In Toronto, it was me. It's always me.
On the plane here from Rio,
You don't want to admit it.
you were losing your marbles.
Think about it.
I'm the one who came to you and said, "Let's calm down, please calm down," and you were blaming me.
Think about it.
Because your flight was going to get in late and you wouldn't be able to
Think about it.
have time before your thing.
Just think about it.
Oh no.
Majority of our fights.
No, absolutely. Okay, I'll admit that. Yeah, the majority of our fights, I hang on to it because it's fucking hard to let go of. Some of the shit that you go through in a fight can be painful, and it's hard to forget shit.
Yeah, no shit. But if you want to keep doing this and live a life where you constantly are using that as ammunition, which you could shoot yourself in the fucking head, that's fine. Okay. But at least admit you're doing that. If you want to hold on to everything and never get over it and never let go, then don't scratch your head and go, I wonder why I'm so aggressive when you point out anything I did wrong. I wonder why I have so much resentment for you. I wonder why we fight so much. Stop scratching your head and wonder, and just admit that it's because you never let a fucking thing go. You can't get over anything, and that you won't and cannot calm yourself down when you're mad.
So it's all my fault.
No. It's not. It's not.
Yet you can sit here and find blame in everything that I do. But you never say a thing about yourself.
I think I've included myself.
You copped her last night.
I have included myself.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's not even halfway. Holy crap.
So many mistakes.
Jesus.
What I'm talking about, I'm not guilty of. I'm not. I do let things go. I move this relationship forward. I fight for us when it's on my mind. I do let things go. I see the bigger picture.
You said you said, I'm tired too, man. You said you see the bigger picture and you do let things go. Yet, after Toronto, you're looking for apartments.
That was a hard one. And I did not say it 100% of the time.
And the plane was a fucking hard one too.
No conversation did I say, I am perfect. I did not claim that.
I know you did.
I'm claiming the vast majority of time these are patterns. And I own them. I'm right. You know it. You don't have to admit it. But you know what I'm saying is true. I'm able to see the pictures. Whether I'm mad or hurt, I do mean for better or for worse. I have honored my word to not leave. You ditched me last night, and I understand. I understand how shitty that got, and I understand my part in it. But it is a reaction to this fucking situation we've created. It's about to crack, and I'm trying. I can't be there. I can't be the one I also don't want to make me unhappy. It makes me insecure. And then that's the trust I'm talking about.
Well, like I said, the last thing in the world I want is for you to be unhappy or for me to let you down. And I do. And I do make you unhappy, and I do let you down.
Only you know if you can change it or do better. I know you're not perfect. I've seen you be pretty damn close. I've seen you do better than this. I've seen you control yourself more. I've seen you react less. I've seen you be less. I've seen you have way more control over yourself. So fucking edgy, and you get so mad so fast, and you stay mad. I've seen this happen before, and I've also seen you better. I've seen you clearer. I've seen you better. I've seen you do better, and you don't let me down. And I subsequently would do better and let you down less. I hope. But I'm not changing how I do things. You're changing how you do things. This is dramatic change. And it's been a few months now, and I'm begging you. Now is the time. If you choose to stop it, fucking great. I will be with you to change. But I can't set myself up to be the only one to keep promises and then wind up in another situation like Toronto, where you're booking the room or trying to get me on a flight, or I'm not saying any of the things, and I'm hearing all this shit, and I'm not defending myself, and I'm coming to you saying I love you, or I'm trying to protect you from yourself, and I get destroyed. I can't do it again. I won't ever survive through that again. And I don't want to. Leave me unhappy.
I don't want to. I don't want you to.
Can you leave me like that?
I don't want to be unhappy.
Instead of just like
You're saying, you're saying to me that I would, for a long time, I was able to keep everything together, and when we fought,
do you remember?
Like, be cool. Yeah, exactly. And it was for a while, right?
Yeah, it was.
So
we could have arguments. It was like, okay, normal. Now
right.
we can't have an argument. No.
Right, but there was one or two in Australia when I was calm-headed and all that shit. That, I mean, what am I reacting to? If I'm trying to keep a cool head, I'm reacting to you fucking jumping.
No, before a jump, just a
ZX kicking in.
Maybe there's a difference. There is in middle ground.
There is, but
you just go, that was rude, or you snap.
That you tend to jump. You tend to jump.
Okay, all right. This is before the jump. This is like a normal. Fuck, man, that really fucking sucks. Like, I matter too, or whatever it is. And it's not.
You think you don't matter to me?
It's not. That's the point. It's an example.
I'm sorry.
There are times when you can make, for months now, consistently.
No, I have no idea.
You have been. I did. I've told you a million times. I've actually told you probably about 5 times. I can't have a normal complaint. I can't have a normal complaint. I can't have any problems with you. Baby, I feel like I can't tell you anything's wrong. Baby, I feel like I can't be honest with you. Baby, you gotta relax a little. What the fuck? I gotta be able to tell you if something's wrong. How many times have you heard me say that? I have told you this. I've also mentioned how different it was in Australia and begged for whatever that... Is it clarity? Is it less Adderall? I don't know. Is it work? Is it,
less Adderall.
Like, something's affecting you, and I'm not judging you. I'm not. In fact, you have elucidated my opinion on medication. Do I not give you your meds every day? Do I not remind you to take them?
Of course.
Do I not?
Or she got to remind him to take them. He can't remember. He forgets. I wouldn't be taking pills from her. I'd have my own little pill stash somewhere in a cabinet, maybe with a little lock on it or something, some sort of lock box. I wouldn't be having her giving me the pills.
I know that you have to take medication. I am very aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have actually changed my mind a bit as to how necessary they can be. I used to kind of think that they were not superfluous, but I don't know, just like
she wants conservatorship.
Yeah, and now I don't think that, and that's because of you. You know, you changed my opinion about that, but I do know you, and you don't know moderation very well. You're allergic to moderation, so I balance you out. I think a little bit. I try to keep you safe. I try to keep on you a little bit to remind you to take the good ones, you know? Do I not?
You do. You listen.
And do I ever give you a hard time?
You look at, no, about the meds? No. You spoil me. Look, you do all those wonderful things. You take my boots off. No, I'm not saying you're tooting your own horn. I'm saying there are a lot of beautiful and wonderful things that you do for me that I've never even dreamt, like, that someone would be so fucking caring as to, you know, hey baby, it's time for your meds, and you know, it's so beautiful that your wife is, you know, doing that. It's beautiful that, you know, the act of just simply taking my fucking boots off when I get home from work, that is monumental stuff to me. The you know, the care throughout the day. You know, here, drink this vitamin water. You know, I mean,
I'd be careful with that, man. I wouldn't be taking nothing.
There are
beautiful, like this?
beautiful.
I wouldn't take any of the meals you made either. If she cooks, she probably don't cook. If she did,
thing.
I'm good.
I could go on and on about you, about us, about how you've made me feel, how you changed my life, how you know. But I do not want to be. I don't want to be a fucking shithead in your eyes.
Thank you.
That's true, man. It's true. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of positives. There are a lot of positives. I'm not just saying it. I'm being honest.
If someone meant it.
Well?
I meant it. What I said earlier, if you were not a favorite person, it'd be so easy to walk away. For you too, I'm sure. You know, if you, God, I mean, think about all the times it wouldn't have been very easy to walk based on the battle and the stress and the fight. But I can't be my favorite person. The most beautiful, dynamic, shiny, smart, sexy thing. I can't.
Just the drugs?
Something you fight for. But I'm trying. I just want to feel safe again. I want the stability. I mean, we meant marriage for life, right? We meant like better and worse and all that stuff. And we didn't say these words.
Of course, and we did.
Better or worse, we didn't say. But, maybe...
Whitney said for better or for worse.
She did?
Yeah.
And then...
But it is for better or for worse for me. It is.
I feel...
I didn't leave last night
you're
because...
making me feel like it's like not... Like you're not there for...
I left last night, honestly, I swear to you. Because I just couldn't take the idea of more physicality, more physical abuse on each other. Because had we continued, it would have gotten fucking bad. And baby, I told you this once, I'm scared to death of it. We are a fucking crime scene waiting to happen if we don't get our shit together. And that, by getting our shit together, that might mean fucking A, we do this and we make it. That might mean, goddamn, you know, You say, I've tried and done, toodaloo. But we've got to get our shit together as individuals and as a couple. Because I love you, and I do not want to leave you. I do not want a divorce. I do not want you out of my life. I just want peace. And if I'm the culprit, majority of the time, I will fucking do everything I can. And I will recognize when I'm fucking starting to go sideways. I will recognize it. But please do the same. Please do the same. And it's okay to fight, like you said. It's okay.
You gotta. How do you remember that? I mean, how do you know that? Because sometimes you're so clear as to what is priority to you, what you care about, and then you seem to forget it when you get mad.
I could say the same thing about you, Angel.
Sure. But I'm asking you, like, what do you do to remind? Like, how? If it was just up to self-control, you think you would have.
That's why I think the list is important.
Yeah.
Two lists.
I want a list though of what.
One, here are things that you do that can hurt me or fuck with me or makes me mad or this or that. And, and we take it without freaking out. Just take it and own it and study it and if we have a different opinion, let's talk it out a little bit. Let's talk it out a little bit. And I'll make a fucking list, you make a fucking list of all the things that you think you do that you'd like to change. The things that I do that I'd like to change. In fact, that's the first list we should write.
Yeah, I was going to say this. The first list that you mentioned, it just... Someone once said to me, as soon as you start listing what you don't like with the other, the relationship's over. When they kind of said it as a side, they were like, well, that's how you know that.
Write me a letter, put it in an envelope every morning if you want, or on our little notebook. Saying,
you do wrong?
No, please don't. Please love me today. Please don't hurt me today. Please don't get crazy today.
But then what happens if one of us gets hurt in that? Because that's life. It will come up. If we don't do things differently, I want a list of things that we don't do. I can't keep throwing our relationship in the air every time we get mad because all bets are off every time the blood pressure goes up a certain amount.
Look, these don't have to be followed through with. These are just things that I suggest because I don't give a fuck some cock says as as soon as you make a list, it's like, fuck that.
I don't know, I just need sense. I do it.
I don't, look, it doesn't have to be gross. It just, you've just, I mean, I don't need a list. You just went through the majority. And I went through a lot of mine. And you don't have to make the other fucking list. I'll make the other list.
No, I'm not saying I don't want to make that list. I agree about that one. I just want to know what we're going to do differently and how to help check each other on what the other one needs so that it doesn't get to this point. I can't keep living like this.
Oh, I can't keep living like this either.
I've
got less time on the fucking planet than you. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life fucking fighting with and being a drag to someone that I fucking adore. I'm not going to live my life like that, man. The rest of my fucking days, which fuck what I got. No, it's not, fucking month, fucking 2 weeks, goddamn 30 years. I don't fucking know, but life is short. precious. And I don't want to fuck up yours. You know, I don't want you to fuck up mine. I'd like a bit more understanding from both of us.
That sounds very good, and I agree. But what about the...
In the moment.
What are we going to do different in the moment when you're mad and you go, fuck it?
In the moment.
Decide all bets are off.
In the moment. Look what I did in Australia. Look what I accomplished. I put the fucker away. I told myself every fucking day, no, he's gone. No, he's got to fucking put him away. I put him away.
What away?
And by a list of the things that I feel that fuck you over or make you feel shitty or anything like that, I fucking, when we're in the moment, I remember it. I remember what I put on my list. I remember it. And I try to bring it down notches, many notches. I'll try to, if we're heightened, to say, please, I don't want you to feel this. I don't want to feel this. Let's.
I need to know what we need to do different. I need to know.
It's got to be done with your mind and your heart.
What do we do different if I have a problem? You
Tell
need
me.
to tell me how to tell you different if I'm hurting you. You need to let me be able to be mad. Sometimes you're going to make me mad. I'm a human. I cannot live where it's like...
Well, then it's the same thing goes for me then. You're going to have to allow me to get mad.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, but I get mad and then you start fucking yelling.
I don't have to start yelling. I think I start yelling once it gets fucking heightened. I've gotten a lot better about that. It's just only... I only start yelling when it's fucking hour 11 and we're really in it.
Hour 11?
You haven't gotten better about that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had 3 physical fights in the last month and a half, 2 months.
Sorry.
Damn. 3 physical fights in the last month. Hour 11? Do they argue for 11 hours? Is that what he's saying?
About the yelling.
No, but... You witnessed it. You're the one that brought it up. Australia was fucking great. We just argued. Let's go back there. Let's go back there in our fucking heads and in our hearts. Let's go back there. And no, on your list...
Is the monster gone? Did you put him away? It's been so... When you get on that train, you get angry, you stay on it for so long, and you won't come down, you won't talk to the person is you.
That's not always... It
doesn't have to always be the monster. But what is it? Can you put that away? Can you...
What's the monster? What are they referring to? With his demons or something? Or 11 hours? Or I would have been gone long time. 11 hours.
Remember the bigger picture. You don't want to spend your life. I've asked you this so many times in fights. You want to spend your...
This 2-hour thing is killing me right now. My ass hurts sitting in this chair, listening to these people go back and forth.
No, you don't. But I ask you because this is something you're choosing. I'm saying to you, olive branch.
Final inning.
And you don't take my olive branches. You made me feel humiliated for offering them.
These people are something else. Like at the final innings, what Max says. Okay.
Asked me to stay in Australia. I stayed, and then you walk out on me all the time. You've got to take some olive branches from me. You've got to offer them too. You've got to be bigger than what you feel at that moment. And so do I. So do I. But if I call you on it, will you hear it?
Yeah.
You call me out on it if I'm doing it.
True, Peter.
Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Maybe alcoholism.
And I'll do it in a fucking as peaceful a fucking and as calm a manner as I possibly can. I don't want to instigate any fights. I do not want to fight anymore.
Say we're having an argument and you get mad.
Argument's an
How
argument.
yes, but say we're having an argument and you get mad. It escalates. How do you talk to the you that's in front of you right now? What do I need to say? What do I need to do? You don't want to spend our life mad like that. Doesn't mean you have to like what I'm saying or doing or vice versa, but
Can't
can
you
you
just say,
calm down?
baby, please, please, please don't get the monster. Please don't, let's not yell. Please don't, you know what I mean? And I'll do the same. I have done the same. What?
Promise.
Yeah, I mean, what? Yes. Why would I say it if I didn't?
Because sometimes you don't keep what you say, and I want this to be different.
So now my words are worse.
No, that's not the case. It's just that sometimes when you get mad, it's like you disconnect from the person that you are right now. And I'm wondering just how to, what's the communication? What's the phone number, for that?
And you, how do I calm you down when you go into a flurry?
Maybe say, remind me, remember what we talked about. Calm, baby, please calm down.
Please look at the bigger picture.
Something will remind me of this conversation,
Something bigger picture, calm
I'm
down.
upset and I'm feeling like it's pointless,
Don't ever lie.
I don't ever lie. I know you and I see things differently sometimes, but I'm not lying. I
remember that.
For someone who, I know that's your deepest fear and that's why it comes up in fights and stuff, but you got a trust issue in general in life.
Oh, yeah.
I never fucked you over. I'm not going to. And anybody who knows me, if they had to list 2 or 3 things about me, adjectives about me, one of those 3 would be super honest, straightforward, honest. Everyone else in my life, I know you have trust issues, but you can't let it cloud you knowing me. Please. It comes up a lot. I know you have an issue with it. It's not me. You can trust me. If anything...
Say that to me at the time.
What? Say what?
What you just said. Say that stuff to me at the time. If I'm starting to fucking flip, you're off to a movie, or I'm off to a movie, or whatever.
I feel like I do, but I guess I should say it differently. I'll find another way. I'll pay attention to how I say it.
It depends, Let's both pay attention to how we talk to each other. To respect each other.
We're not going to do that all the time. Sometimes we're going to be shitty or whatever.
Of course not.
But we make a promise to each other about the rings and the divorce.
No rings, no divorce.
We promise each other. Please, I want so bad to feel like the marriage I
promise you.
Worked so hard to make happen. It's meaningful.
Don't talk about making the wedding happen. Talk about the 4 years we spent together, please.
Yes, but I want to I have those 4 years no matter what. But I fought for that wedding. And we had that wedding. A beautiful wedding. For what? If we don't... I want to, it means something that there's some...
Yeah. It did mean something, and it does mean something. And I didn't get married to you to fucking... Just fucking, 17 more fights and it's fucking over with. We got married, I knew the fucking fights weren't gonna stop, but I thought maybe it would curb them a little.
It was even before the marriage, all this shit was happening.
I want the security back. I freak out. I cannot make normal decisions, calm decisions, or ones from the heart where I'm thinking of you more than me when I feel like you're splitting on me all the time, when the marriage is on the rock. I make the same mistake about throwing our marriage around. I won't do it again. I'm not going to do it again. okay?
Please.
I'm not, I promise. But there's something so anxiety provoking and scary and malicious and really just turns everything over when you split all the time. Please, if you really don't want to fight and you're not just trying to hurt me, which sometimes it is that, if you're really, really, if you really love me and you do care about this, please find a good way to do it, one that's respectful. You can tell me that you are. I need to know that we will be able to talk about it, because the problem I have is when we don't communicate. It comes into me, it builds up in me and becomes cancer in me. It got worse every day when we were back from Toronto. It got worse every single day. Not better, worse. Until we spoke about it. Until Whitney's birthday, and we talked about it. Then it was okay, but I don't want to resent you.
I don't want to resent you. I don't want to not trust.
You know how many times I've chased you out of the elevator in the hall? I gotta stop doing that. I'm not nitpicking. I don't mean to be focusing on something, but if it's a major thing to me, and it is a major...
If things get physical, we have to separate.
No,
we have to be apart from one another. Whether it's for fucking an hour or 10 hours or fucking a day. We must. There can be no physical violence towards each other.
I agree about the physical violence, but separating for a day or night and taking a night off from our marriage, it just means it opens up.
Listen, I'm just giving examples. It could be fucking 3 minutes, it could be fucking 2 weeks. I'm just saying.
But we need to agree on certain boundaries, so we have boundaries again. We need to make agreements and hold each other accountable to them and ourselves accountable to them, which is why I'm even bringing this up.
I'm not...
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying anything negative.
I know.
All I'm saying is we need to take whatever time we need, you need, or I need, to kind of let things settle for a minute. So that we don't fucking kill each other, or fucking worse, fucking like really kill each other, or fucking break up, or whatever.
Just don't. I think that...
Help me, I'll help you.
This is the thing that makes me feel unsafe and unstable. To be honest, this is what makes me not trust.
What's that?
It's that there's like...
Walking away, going to a corner.
No loophole. It's like, oh, go and take the time you need, take the time I need. Okay, fine. Every time I get mad at you, I can go split. Except for, oh wait, I don't have my own place to go split to.
No, Amber, stop.
It makes me think I should. It makes me, I don't have a place I can go. I'd have to go to a hotel, and I don't have the funds to do that. I mean, it's...
That's not what I'm talking about.
Look, I think we should control ourselves and not get physical. And if it gets physical, and we've dropped that wall, then we're gonna drop the other ones. And it's gonna be like, you're gonna fucking split, or I'm gonna fucking split, and this isn't gonna come back.
You may be right, but you can't predict the future once again. Here's what I'm saying. If the fight escalates to the point of where it's just insulting for both of us, or if it gets to that physical fucking shit, the violence, that's when we just say, look, let's go to our corners, man. You hang wherever you want, baby. I'm going in the office, And I'm just gonna fucking sit there and try and de-jellify my fucking brain. I'm not talking about me running out of the fucking house. I'm not talking about me, splitting because I'm fucking cunt and a coward and or whatever. I'm talking about go to our corners. I'll go to my little office. You can have the house. You could just take the house and wander wherever you want. I won't fucking come bother you. And if at a point you're feeling like better after 10 minutes, come knock on the door.
I always do that.
And please let me finish. And if in 10 minutes I'm feeling like, all right, I got the solution for this, or I know we can, please, I'll come knock on your fucking door. Or I'll come find you.
You tried.
What?
You tried to not make it
I've just told you.
an all-night thing. I wasn't done. You try and not make it a lifestyle. I mean, you try and remind yourself that they can just be fights. You try and
absolutely
respect that it doesn't have to be an all-night.
Absolutely.
I don't want to go to bed mad, and we were doing really good with each other. We were doing it for a long time.
I know, but we weren't insulting one another to the point of like, wow, like the way I insulted you in Toronto, or the way you insulted me on the plane, or whatever. Let's not get to that point. That's nothing. That's bullshit. That's kindergarten shit. We don't fucking need to do that. What we could do is just try to be fucking calm and say, look, this is getting somewhere I don't like. Please, let's take an hour max. I'll go in and fucking write and try and figure it out, get it out, whatever. I'm just making suggestions to try and fucking save us,
Just gotta honor our promises. I cannot, nor can you. You don't deserve to be in a relationship that is walked away from all the time. I can't. I would never want you to do that. I never want you to be in that. You deserve better. So do I. I cannot be constantly, anytime I'm upset or mad or hurt, or anything I fuck up. God, if I yell, if I fuck up ever, ditched. That's not marriage. Most people don't have 2-3 houses they can go to. It's always, in your house, and you always split.
Listen, you can't be saying that if that's what you feel, you feel that from you, because you didn't get that from me. I never fucking said, this is my house and my house only.
Kind of. But
no.
I know yesterday
No, it's our fucking house. It's our fucking...
Always remind me that
I got Rocky and Josh living there. I got Whitney living there. Don't...
But you would say it in fights. You use it in fights. And I'm sorry, but I feel like... forget it. I just
don't think that you
want the security and the commitment for me that we have destroyed, both of us. And I don't know if that matters to you, but personally, if you need that,
it absolutely matters to me.
But I do, and I can't promise you that I'll be perfect. I can't promise you I won't get physical again. God, I fucking sometimes get so mad I lose it. I can fucking promise you I'm gonna do everything to change. Promise you. I'm not gonna throw around divorce. I will not say divorce unless I really mean it. Unless it's it. And then I hope you leave me. I'm not going to. And me too. I will leave you. It's fair. I can't do it, you know? And I think, honestly, if we hold each other accountable to that, it's fair.
That's what I said earlier. Look, if we get to that point where it's like, this is
it's a line we don't cross.
Too fucking much. Let's, you know, we fucking, man, shake hands and walk away, you know.
But you don't do it until you mean it. That's my point.
Trust me, if I'm not gonna do it unless I mean it.
Promise.
If I say it, I will be leaving. Or if you say it, I'll get the fuck out or whatever. You know.
Promise.
Yeah.
That ring does not come off.
Unless I say the word or unless you say the word. Well, or you just take the ring off because that's the same thing. That'll be the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I don't think our marriage should be something you say. In fact, if you want a fucking divorce, you're gonna tell me, not in a fight. Let's be honest. You know, that's a decision, a lifelong decision that even you and me as hotheads know you can't make forever decisions when you're mad like that. It certainly feels like you can, but you and I both, even though we're hotheads, we do know the difference. However, I don't think it's something we should ever say to each other in a fight, ever.
Bro, if they start playing, I don't know. Somebody asked, does anyone know if the jury will hear this audio? A for advocate. Yeah, I don't know. If they start playing this thing during the, I'm walking away. I'll let this shit play, but I'm going to go like make some food, go cook something. There's no way in hell. I think I can listen to this all over again. Might have to, but I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea if they would use this or not. I hope not.
If you promise me.
Just dragging.
And I promise you. And we need that. We need to hold each other accountable again. I want to feel safe. I have nothing to cling on to. You didn't even come home last night. I feel like I have nothing to cling on to. There's a semblance of marriage or commitment or stability. I mean, if I can just get up and walk away and spend the night somewhere else.
I'm walking away. There's no way in hell, man.
You obviously can.
Yeah, but believe it's done if I do that. That's.
By the way, they're saying breaking news as far as Lori Vallow, which is a case I never covered before, but they're saying she's competent to stand trial. Court finds Lori Vallow competent to stand trial. We may visit that someday. I don't know. She hasn't been competent to stand trial the last 2 years, I think. Supposedly she's somebody, like a very brief synopsis. I don't know anything about it, but she had her brother murdered. She had her brother murder her husband to marry this cult leader. Then they killed both of her kids and he killed his wife to be with her too. And then they ran away to Hawaii, and that is where they got arrested for not giving the kids location. And her brother ended up dying on a toilet. Something like that. Bruh. I don't know. We'll see what the future holds, man. Wow.
Marriage.
Seems like a crazy story.
We talked about it. You know why I left.
I do know why you left.
I'm saying now that I won't do the same thing. I mean, that will not do that. I will not fucking leave until some rational decision is made. If it's the end, it's the end. If it's the fucking, if we can keep going, we'll keep going. But yeah, I promise you. I promise you.
It is crazy. Sounds like it.
I hope you can trust me.
Oh, real quick, just thank you to the super chats. And we're gonna have to see too. I don't know how you guys are feeling. This is finally coming to an end. This audio. If you want to watch still want to do the behavior panel after this, or we just cut it for today and start fresh tomorrow. with the actual beginning of the trial. Hopefully, we'll have to see. I'm hoping that they make a decision today, like they figure out the jury and that's it. So then tomorrow they could start. But the super chats, real quick. B Botanical says, and thank you for the super chat. We all need Adderall to figure out the point of this conversation. I got that one already. B Botanical again. Is he the one recording? Is that why? Oh wait, I got all this already. Where am I at? Where am I at? There. Shelly Stewart, thank you for the super chat, says, I feel like I need a Xanax listening to this. Be Botanical, thank you again for the super chat. Heard shouldn't be her name. She doesn't heard a thing. Hear a thing. Shelly, thank you for the 7-month membership. She mined him. She targeted him for fame and monies. MIMO. Rebel says, and thank you for the super chat, Will Smith deals with something similar to this. Damn, yeah, that whole situation with Jada is crazy, man. Need to get out of that too. It's true. Sounds like it. Sounds like it. Stay. You guys want to stay for it for the other one after? Let's see.
I
Sorry?
want to be in my marriage. I want to commit to you forever. Good, bad, better, worse. I don't want it to be as transient as whatever fight we're fighting for. I don't want any loopholes, it's okay to leave, it's acceptable to do this, or it's acceptable to say this about like splitting or breaking
Jada.
up or leaving. That's what we should fall asleep together every night. Ideally, never mad. I'd love to say we could promise that, but I don't know if it's possible. I'd love to strive for it.
Yeah, you weren't ready for that last night, for sure.
No, I fucked up last night. I'm really sorry.
So let's understand that we're both guilty of the same shit at times.
And no one's saying it more than me, though. I
So
am
let's-
saying that.
So let's
It's just chronically overweight, and I need that to be something you realize and that you know. And it's affecting not just me, it's affecting our marriage. It's affecting how I trust, how I resent you, how I like you without the fight being happening.
No, I know, but when
I'm not trying to rub your nose in it. I feel sometimes like you omit something, you acknowledge it'll be beautiful, and then you'll go back on it, kind of in your in the vocabulary after, and then I feel like, wait a second, is he taking it back? You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but like I said before, there's not. I haven't cornered the market on that. You know, when you start the fucking yelling, there's. You know,
JLP.
It fucking gets crazy.
That would be interesting.
You know,
Imagine JLP talking.
It gets fucking crazy, you know, and that makes me not feel.
Shelly,
for lack of a better word, safe within the relationship. You know, understanding of, oh well, it's just nothing. Because if it keeps going, if it's always sort of there, then you know, I worry. Yeah, I fucking worry about the marriage. I worry, how much longer can I deal with this? How much longer can she deal with this? Fuck, man. So I've had the same trust issues. I've had the same disappointments. I've had the same, you know, maybe not to the degree you have. I'm assuming so. But yeah, man, when you start fucking honking, you know what I mean? It's pretty.
Call it out. Call me out on it and help me.
I will try.
Help me, because I might not even realize I'm doing it, but you've got to help me.
I will try.
It can't be an excuse to leave.
I will try to help you. If I try to help you and I can help you, fuck would I leave? If I try to help you and I can't help you, say, baby, I'm taking an hour. I'm in my fucking office.
Yes.
If you want to talk, you want to come get me. Otherwise, I'll come check on you in an hour.
That would be really helpful.
All right?
And I promise you I'll leave you alone for that hour. I promise you I'm not going to freak out.
I just want you to have your time to be able to calm down, or my time to be able to calm down.
But it really helps if you give it time. If it's not just
Say an
even
hour.
if you just say it will, like I promise that we'll resume this. I just need to know that we will talk about it. Otherwise, I'm dealing with cancer. I'm dealing with something that just festers and gets worse and worse. So you have to realize that in that kind of situation, a few minutes is fine, but then after a certain point, it becomes way worse, and it becomes way harder to reason, to rationalize with. That Kipper can tell you. He says he's the same way. That's how I work. And you work a very different way. So we need to meet in the middle,
Yeah. I do understand that. I mean, I do understand all that. But I also want you to understand that, there were great moments of high hopes that it was just all cool. And then, whatever happens, this happens, that happens, we have a spat or a fight or a fucking blowout. I just want you to know that the way you're feeling about being unsure of us, of the marriage, of this, whether you can trust me to be this, or whether you can, whether I can do the same. I feel very much the same.
At least you have the added luxury that you take for granted. No offense, you do.
What do I take for granted?
That you have the added luxury of knowing that I'm there and that I mean it forever, and that because I show up. I come, I'm knocking. I'm the one who asks to calm down. I'm the one that comes to get you on the plane. I'm the one that comes and knocks at the bathroom door. I'm the one that comes into the house that you've run away to. I'm the one that comes to you and says, oh, this isn't worth it. Let's fight for this marriage, or whatever. You have an added luxury that you just are taking for granted in such a big way. You don't know how much that means. If I ran from you the way I used to before the marriage, would not be together. When I used to run away, when you would, whatever, when I felt like it was justified, how many times we almost break up?
What the sound is?
How terrible was that? How terrible was it for you? We would not be together if I did that. And you take it for granted that I show up and that I fight for us and that I am the one to come over. I'm the one that comes out into the hall. I am the one. I have a hothead just like you. But what a luxury you have. If you take that for granted, you're so... What a luxury. I'd do anything to have that feeling. At least in the back of my mind, I know that you showed up, that you fought for me, that you cared enough to...
Here's what you're missing.
The ending of this thing is taking everything out of me. The other half of it.
In that little, paragraph, what you're missing is you're the one who comes and gets me. You're the one who comes and says you're sorry. That you're the one that comes and tries to calm me down. You're the one. But why am I riled up?
We're both riled up. It's not like every time I've done something to you in a vacuum, baby. That's what you don't get. I don't doubt you're riled up, but I'm riled up too. And I said this to you on the couch. I've said this to you before. We both have. It's subjective. You have your reasons. I have my reasons. For every action, there is something that caused it, and I have the same thing.
But
I'm mad in the same way.
But what caused it? What caused it could be so irrational and so far-fetched and so minute.
That's what I say to you every time. that you want to have a big fight. Every time I go, this could be something small. Why wasn't this just an argument? Baby, why wasn't this just an argument? Yes, so you're right. Sometimes it could be very small. Sometimes it's not. Either way, it doesn't negate what I'm saying to you. What a gift. Like, I would do anything to trade places with you. You talk about insecurity.
I don't know how you can say I'm taking it for granted. That's a fucking insult, man.
You talk about trust and like you feel the same way. You don't feel this. You couldn't, because the difference is you at least have the knowledge in the back of your head that you can fall back on. That I showed up. That I fought for you. That I checked on you. That I came to get you. That I said I love you. That I saved the marriage. If it were up to you and I treated you the way you treated me, we would not be together. Let's face it. It's because I fucking fight for this. It's because I come over. And last time I did it, which is what I should always do, and I am learning my fucking lesson, is just when you walk, fucking let you walk. And that time, I can't tell you how done I was. It was like this time in Toronto. I was looking for apartments. I was preparing to tell my parents. I was done. And you called me and you were like, well, I'm about to go out of town or whatever, and it ended up like that, whatever. I told you I wasn't ready to see you because it had gotten so much worse that I was basically calling. I was like, I just need to change my life, and my life is different. I am no longer with this person, and I'm now single. I need to, get my shit together, find an apartment, all this stuff. It got so much worse, and honestly, if that happens one more time, we will break up. I know it. I know we won't survive it. That was so severe. The damage was so severe. When you spent a week here, you said, I'm going to go away for a day. You wrote me a note, I left it on the kitchen counter, and he said, I just need to clear my head for a night, maybe 2. I didn't hear from you for 6. No, this is here. You came here, I stayed downtown. You were gone for 6, 7 days. And then I didn't even let you spend the night in the house. Remember, you came over, we talked. I wasn't even ready. No, you know how long it took me to take down those walls that I built up? It took forever to build those. It took me so long to trust you, even a little bit again. I resented you so much. The damage was very deep. And I know that if I let that happen again, in my heart, I know we wouldn't survive it. So, you walk out, and I have one option. That's why I come to you. If I let it go, like I did last time, which is what I should do, because if you're willing to walk out, you should be walking out. But I let it go, and it was a fucking week. And it took... and I'll never get some of that back. I'll never have that trust quite the same way. You left me a note saying I'm going to be gone for a night. We didn't speak for a week. I didn't even hear from you. You didn't check on me, nothing.
So you thought we were broke up?
Oh yeah, I was preparing to have that conversation with you and be done.
Oh, so you just said you were single?
No, I said I was preparing myself to think that way. Take care of my own life, get my own, apartment. That's that.
Well, I hope it doesn't get to that.
No, of course, but I'm just saying what I didn't fight for when I let it go was devastating. Devastating in my heart, my soul, on my trust. I can't do it again. You probably wouldn't want me to do it again.
The Hollywood dream.
At least you have in the back of your mind that I come, I show up, I fight, I come. I don't have that.
I don't take that for granted, by the way. I don't always know that you'll come. I don't always know that you'll be knocking. I don't always know that you want to talk. I go because I think, fuck, we're screwed. Can't live like this.
Let's stop you from doing that again, thinking that again.
Well, like I said, or like you said, you walk out the door, you walk out the door. That is the same as rings off. It's the same thing as mentioning divorce. No talking unless we just want to try to be civil with one another as fucking people who are married. I hate to talk like, I hate even saying that kind of shit, but yeah, if I walk out again, I'm walking out, and I'll know that, and you'll know that. If you do that, same deal.
I wonder if I could have played this at 1.25. I remember last time some people didn't like it though. Smoke up.
I love you, Amber, and I will do my best to make you happy.
Amber.
For you to gain trust, respect, whatever you feel you've lost for me. As we, huh?
I hope you can't.
And I hope you can make the changes that.
Can we try 1.25? Let's try 1.25. You guys let me know. Well, let me see how it sounds.
Fuck with me. And if we want to do it, we'll do it. Ultimately, if we don't want to do it, we know the result.
It actually sounds like normal when you speed it up a little bit.
Because we're definitely at the end of any of that shit. All that anger at each other.
Crank it up.
We're definitely at the end of that kind of shit. There's no more.
Can you let it go? Can you let go of some of these fights?
Yeah, I can let the fights go.
I just feel like we hold on to everything and we just fight about the same. You know?
But
My mom said, either of us are forgiving each other.
well, I don't think we can forgive each other this quickly. I think
I'm not saying that.
with time it'll lessen. But everything that I said, you know, is not you're not going to be able to unhear it. And the same with me. You're going to be able to unhear it. And they are horribly thought-provoking, but just got to write it off, you know, and get past it. If I didn't want to be with you, I would be with you. If you didn't want to be with me, you would be with me. And that's really what it boils down to. So if we want to be together, let's do our best to fix what's broken within the machine, within our machine, the machine that is us.
What the hell is so weird? Like the almost there. Yeah, the trials tomorrow. Today they're doing jury selection. Today we're just kind of going over some of the audio for new people like myself.
I'm still married to you.
I hated it.
Yeah, she pooped in his bed. They say allegedly.
I hated having to leave. I hated fucking getting here. I couldn't fall asleep. fucking ambient and a half finally. And, you know, woke up like 3 hours fucking later, you know, feeling like, oh God, man, why? Fucking why?
Hope this is important enough for you to fight.
It is important enough for me to fight for. Why do you
Is the
say
audio
that?
more jacked up now that it's faster? Let's see.
Then I can't do it alone.
Just sound.
I woke up first thing and called you. Called you last night. I just, this is foolish, you know. And I understand part of it, but I also see like
Poopgate.
you know I love you.
It's to establish dominance.
But my fuck-ups and my issues. At least you know I love you. You know I love you more than me. At least you know that. You do know that.
Wait, what? Wait, what? You
And
were-
I love you more than me. And I love
Oh, Lord. She said, I love you more than me. She loves him more than she loves herself.
More than yourself?
you. Yeah. If you don't debase yourself and embarrass yourself like that for you, it's because you're worried about protecting yourself.
I don't think you debased yourself in any way, but I think it's very brave. I think it's a very...
Your feet are swollen.
I have no... What?
Your ankles are swollen. You took your morning meds.
You have no swells.
What?
No swelling.
Not swelling?
It's fucking...
Oh, this would just be where the song.
like a muscle or whatever. I love you, don't wanna do anything bad to you. I don't want to harm you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't. So I just said, I'll do every fucking thing I can. It's gotta be reciprocal.
Yes. I agree.
And what you did by calling me last night, you fell asleep on the phone. You do realize that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I had to ambient myself. Again.
It's alright. I said
the pills.
sweet good night.
Everybody's on soon.
Did you tell her to sleep?
I thought you were sleeping once before. I think you might have fallen asleep once before. And then woke up and continued talking. And then I was saying something, talking, and then suddenly there was just no more. You just gone.
I really don't want to sleep without you. Again, we can't. There's a better way.
Let's find it. Don't slug me.
Please don't. I'm sorry I did.
It's okay, just...
But you know, sometimes that fucking thing happens. You do it too sometimes, where you just...
I know.
But it can't be like the end of... Our marriage is bigger than that, obviously.
We don't need to ever get to that point.
I agree. I agree, but...
They got like a demon inside them or something? The way they're talking about.
I hope we don't. I hope we don't.
I put away the monster. It's gone, I think. What? The hell's going on over there in Hollywood?
I love you. I want you to be my wife. And I want to be your husband. I want to be a good husband. if I haven't been, I'll do everything I can to find out how to be a good husband.
You're a great husband. You really are. It's just hard if anything comes up. If someone bumps your shoulder on a crowded sidewalk. You know, we're wearing white again, not black, so it makes a difference. It's a big deal if there's a bump. It's hard. I love you, and I know we can be so good.
Amazing.
And I'm here, trying to move forward, forgive each other.
Listen,
We have to
I know we
forgive
had
each
our
other.
fights today to try to settle whatever the fuck all this.
Oh, 1 second. Check this. Is this from recently? Or is this some other time? Oh, no, that's another time. I think it's a different time. I saw a video of Johnny, but...
Scrambled, crazy shit that one thing reminds you of another. And you find yourself going back into some other fight. And it's all scrambled. It's all fucking jumbled. It's like white noise all moving around a little thing. I'm glad that we got to a point where we were shitty to each other. I'm glad we got to a point where we didn't fucking know how this was gonna end. But I'm telling you, by coming here today, it is fucking courageous, and it's fucking admirable. For you to come here and talk to me and try and work things out. And to tell me these problems.
Yeah, it's torture,
Things
dude.
that I do to fuck with you. I want to change it. I want you to change it. I want us to change it together.
Thank you for sitting through it and actually having a conversation with me. I did not expect that. But I'm really proud of you for not running away.
I'd dip out.
Walking away. I'm proud of you for that. It means that we can actually hash out these things. Some things have to be said, and maybe left. And maybe left.
Left behind.
We'll never forget a lot of things, but we can forgive. We really do need to. We need to we really need to. My mom's right. There's absolutely, it's just adding weight. We're just carrying around those stones. And Mom is right. I know she is.
She is right. She's right motherfucking mind. She's on it. We can make it if we want to. We can get through this shit if we want to. If you're unsure right now, then
No, I'm not. I love you. I love you.
I don't think they're sober at all.
I needed the security thing. I needed
They mentioned pills a couple times.
to have something to hold on to. Or else I'm... Why?
Tell me shit. Just tell me. Before it becomes something you've held inside for so long that it wants to just explode. Just tell me. And I'll tell you the same. And then, once we can fucking get the shit out without it being some huge drama, or even if it is a huge drama, once we can get the shit out.
Miss Judge said, imagine being friends with these two.
Recognize it, and like you said, fucking, it's gone. Chuck it. Doesn't work. That method does not work. Bam, it's gone. Next. I'd fucking die if I start. And it kills me that possibility that you would think that I take so much for granted, or that I'm trustworthy, or a bad husband, or
I didn't say you were untrustworthy.
No, I'm just saying it's
And I said what I needed to say. I'm not gonna... I won't.
I know, baby. I'm not asking you to elaborate on anything I'm saying. All I'm saying is
Donna.
Fucking
Girl
die
Donna.
if I knew that was how you thought of me.
Oh, man.
Now I know what I know. And I'll fucking do my best to get it together so that I don't fuck with you and you don't fuck with me. And we're a couple again, and we're friends again.
This is killing me, dude. This is like this slow, like gibberish. Oh my God.
Don't fight. Love.
I promise won't explode if we just do the things a little different in the fight. Like, don't walk away from me. Do it in a different way. And I promise I won't resort to the same shit. I promise. Okay?
Maybe when that fucking hocus pocus happens and we get all fucking edgy with each other, instead of standing squaring off like a couple of fighters, maybe let's try to sit down. Seriously, like, sit down. Even if we say, hey, listen, we're fighting like bastards, let's sit down and have a glass of wine.
Wine? There's a lot. You guys have enough.
And talk through
wine and pills and all that shit. A glass of water. Damn.
I know you got it in you.
That's a wine.
I know that I have it in me. It's just a question of
I really am.
realizing and admitting what, and I'll realize and I admit. What you got?
I was just pausing it. I realized I was about to run out of battery. Still rolling. This thing.
Oh, okay.
All right, can we fast forward then?
He's doing a Halloween thing.
He's doing a Halloween thing?
Yeah, he's going to like a Halloween thing, and he said he wanted to try.
I tried 1.25, but I guess it was going too fast. His normal sounding, he sounded normal talking, but it was almost a little like too fast. But we're just over it now. About to be done with it.
He sent me a...
Bro, life is too short for this shit.
He sent me a thing this morning at 10:45. Said, "Hey Dad, sorry I missed you. I was at a place where murderers chase you with weapons and stuff."
How was it 10 this morning?
10:45. He said, "You want to meet up today at 10:57, I hit him and said, "Yes, sir, I'm at 80. I'm ready anytime you say." And he says, "Yeah, he just woke up, so gotta wait till like a half, or is that 1 or 2? Well, it's probably half." I said, "Whenever you want, Bub, I'll be here whenever you are." He said, "Thanks, Dad. See you soon. Can't wait."
I like to. He said he was going to a Halloween place. It was really scary. And then I said, "You, well, we'd love to see if you want to come over." And
Sure that wasn't last night?
no, I'll show you right now. There's that.
Fuck her.
All right.
See?
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Maybe he was afraid to tell me or something.
To go home.
You going back down? I thought you had shit you had to do.
What?
Thought you had shit you had to do. No?
Bro, this thing like turns me off. This whole, I mean, it was interesting at first, but damn, it was like nonsense with these people.
Well, because last night you said,
I mean, clearly they have issues, and sitting down to have these, I don't know, talks, these therapeutic talks while you're drugged out of your mind. Allegedly, it's what it looks like to me. Drugged out of your minds and shit. That's part of the problem right there.
I'm blowing off the, I told Rocky I'd hang out with her, and
oh,
Lizzie, I'd see her at some point. I'm not, Rocky has her friends over, some dinner. And if you want to join me.
And sure, we're giving him his pills too. Take your pills. Take your pills.
I want to do that right now. Let's go.
I'm exhausted too. I'm done. I don't want to stream anymore.
Yeah.
This just took me out. I'm done, yo. Let me see. And tomorrow, so tomorrow's the actual trial. I don't know, all these ads. What's the point of this thing that has all these ad blockers? Everything's popping up. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I turned it off for this website. So the trial could last several weeks. And this is what's happening today. The jury selection, which says jury selection is underway for the defamation trial opposing Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in Fairfax. Proceedings began around 10 a.m. Eastern with the jury selection. Depp and Heard are both present, each sitting on one side of the courthouse with their legal team. Prospective jurors were first asked whether they'd face any hardship if they were asked to participate in the trial, expected to last 6 weeks. Some were excused on that basis. Then the judge and each party's lawyers asked prospective jurors whether they had read or heard anything about the case, and if so, whether they'd still be able to make an objective determination in this case. Some jurors have acknowledged previous knowledge of the case, but have generally said they'd be able to keep an open mind if they're a part of the final jury. 7 jurors and 4 alternates will be chosen in total. And what I heard is when they go to deliberate, supposedly the alternates are dismissed at that point, and it's just the 7 people that decide. I think we should leave this for another day. Because tomorrow, the thing is supposed to be at 8 a.m. from what Dad Set was saying. And we're gonna try it this week and see how it goes. If it goes well and you guys want to watch it, we'll keep following the story. We'll keep covering it. That call dragged out for me. I mean, that call, the audio dragged out for me. Somebody said, Molly go lightly with the insider info. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see something. She's probably still inside. Yeah, I haven't gotten any messages from her. Got a message. Oh, that's interesting. Guy that I used to know is kind of missing. What do you guys think? Most of the women here are JD biased. I love watching these guys. What do you think? Are the recordings only evidence? Are recordings the only evidence for this case? No, there's a bunch of different things. I don't even know if they're going to use this particular recording that we listened. I don't know if they're going to use that in this trial because there was already one previously. There's a previous trial, so I have no idea exactly what they're going to bring up. And if they bring up that call, I'm definitely going to have to tune out. But I think let's do this for one of the days, one of the extra days. I'll leave this link here and we'll watch it another day. So we can kind of take a break because that was a lot. That call, the audio. Thanks, iCkEdMeL. This kind of thing doesn't usually interest me, but I was curious since the rather inconsequential female was able to do so much damage in such a short period of time. That's pretty interesting. Nah, I think that's it. I think we're done for today. I'm going to call it. I can kind of gather up and we can start fresh tomorrow, 8 a.m. and see how that goes. I don't know, man. I don't really know what to think. I mean, I'm kind of more with so far. I mean, they're both definitely in some toxic ass relationship. It seemed to me, and this is just from the little bit that I saw. Who knows what we're going to see during trial. I just started looking at this yesterday. I'm not really particularly interested too much in like celebrity stuff, but it's to me it seemed like she was most of the aggressor a lot of the times. But you know, when you're in a toxic situation, you get out, you both kind of become toxic too. Seems that he has his own issues with drugs and everything else too. Thank you, Ann, for the super chat. Appreciate it. You're the man. Thank you. Is it 5 o'clock yet? Yo, that shit took everything out of me just to listen to those 2 hours. I was torture, man. Like, damn, this was dragging. And this was just this was a 3-hour stream. Tomorrow, if we're here tomorrow, I don't know how we're going to do 8 a.m. We're going to be here at 8 a.m. And it's probably going to go to like 5 or something, I would think. 5 o'clock. I barely made it 3 hours. How are we going to do, what is it, like 8 hours tomorrow? Somebody sent me a message about this guy that I used to know, like a mutual friend of Florida, and supposedly he's missing. Some guy named Matthew Hayes. I haven't. It's just like a short, really short, brief description. Was last seen home just after 1 p.m. There's like barely any information. I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't know. It was there. That was rough, right? Yeah, shit took out of me. And we're just watching and listening to them. I can imagine like trying to be in that situation yourself, like directly being in. We're just listening. And it's like draining. Jesus Christ. You can't. Yeah, I think tomorrow, I mean, you know, there'll be times where maybe I have to get up and we'll, you know, if I have to get up and go do something, I can just walk away and then come back or whatever. I need therapy now. Is it live stream? It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be tomorrow. They didn't do today. The jury selection wasn't streamed today, but tomorrow. Yep. So, all right, man. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. Love you guys. We'll see what else comes up. The Lori Vallow thing is interesting. I don't know how deep of a dive that requires, but that said, and Chris Cross were already previously following that case. So it might not be too hard, but we'll see. All right. So hit like, subscribe, turn